ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Devils and the Warriors. And with that, I want to welcome everybody into another edition of the Winter 25 Battle Court season. I am Andrew Bleckman, joined alongside Stu Nyman to bring you this late season contest with playoff implications between the Devils and the Warriors. How you doing tonight, Stu?
Andrew, doing great. The highlight's been fantastic, especially as we get further into the season, and this is it.
Just 2 regular season game days left, tonight and tomorrow, and playoff spots on the line. Let's take a look at those standings and see exactly what's needed tonight. So for the Warriors to advance into the playoffs, it's pretty simple. Tie or win the game day, and they are in.
Tie or win, and they're in.
Anything short of that, the Chargers will be the 4th and final playoff team. Renegades, Fireballs, and Devils have already clinched their spots. Number 1 seed up for grabs, the Devils with a chance today. And then we'll see what happens tomorrow with the Fireballs to potentially claim that number 1 seed. So pretty simply, Stu, both teams with a lot at stake here. Maybe a little bit more for the Warriors because their spot in the playoffs is not guaranteed. We get started with a singles match, 1 of 2 singles matches played today in the 3rd division. That'll feature Jairo and Manny. It's an old Division II matchup from a couple seasons ago. Jairo and Manny, 2 veterans on this roster. Great players still. Jairo 2-2 this season. Manny just 1-3. Ready to get things started with our opening match. Reminder, Warriors tie or win the game day. They are in the playoffs.
Jairo serves. We begin. Here's the backhand by Manny to the inside. Robote forehand. She pass. Robote left side. Manny ducks, then gets back to the outside. Makes the catch. Scores on the return. Well done. First point goes to Manny and the Warriors. Manny will have the serve. Reminder of the scoring here in Battle Court. First player to reach 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
Manny's been one of the players that has really stepped up in the second half of the year for the Warriors. He's been playing great in the backcourt, added a singles win as well. And his biggest one here against Jairo. If he can do it, it'd be a great start for the Warriors into the game day.
Robote, that rebound off the back wall is played by Manny. Here's Jairo. Low and hard to the inside. Manny's there. Jairo on the backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Jairo looks for the Robote at the 10 line. Puts it inside. Manny's there. Here's the backhand. Robote forehand by Jairo. Low and inside by Manny. Jairo's there. Backhand to the 12 line. Scoop by Jairo. Drop shot, scores. We're tied up 1-1. Jairo has the serve for the Devils.
Not often you see Jairo slow things down with the right side, but he caught Manny. I mean, normally you see here Manny's backing up, expecting something hard, low, coming into the backcourt. That's not really Jairo's game, going with the drop shot. He gets it done there. The first 2 points, I mean, he threw a 2-wall off the Robote and then a drop shot. So a little more aggressive than we're used to seeing Jairo early on. And it's 1-1.
There's a backhand by Manny. Robote, save at the side wall. Manny advances. Had a tip on the ball, but tipped it away. 2 points for Jairo of the Devils. Jairo has the serve.
You know, Manny was coming into that one. It was on the wall, but he was approaching it with his right side. A little bit difficult to make that catch, and there's a chance that the ball can sneak by too, because that really is a left-sided catch.
Here's a backhand by Manny to the inside. It goes wall to wall. Robote. That's the rebound off the back wall. Another one. Manny to the inside. Catch by Jairo. 2-all. Drops in. Jairo stops it on the bounce. That's a great catch. Manny reaches overhead. That was ruled to have touched the pad. Any part of the pad is bad. 3 points for Jairo. Of the Devils, he serves.
Well, just an amazing catch, Manny, just to keep the rally going. Then he tries to go for a carom right afterwards. Pretty close. It just caught the pad on the way down off the front wall. Pretty good call, actually, by the official. That's not an easy one to see.
Sometimes the ball changes direction just slightly. Gives you a hint that it touched something. Here's the backhand by Manny to the inside. Robote, forehand by Jairo. Manny puts it to the inside. Scoop attempt, missed. 2 points for Manny of the Warriors. He serves.
Again, Jairo sticking with that aggressive game plan. He's moving up on the ball. When you do so, you leave yourself susceptible if your opponent can drop it at your feet. Leaves a very difficult scoop for Jairo. One that he can make, but a little tough to do it consistently.
Excellent serve by Manny. It's a great catch and return by Jairo. Jairo will take this on the bounce to the 11. Low and hard to the inside. Will not cross. Manny stops it. Robote forehand. Goes deep. Here's the backhand by Jairo. Robote low and inside. Jairo picks it up. Fakes the Costado. Touched the sidewall just slightly. That gave it to Jairo. And the tip will score a third point for Manny of the Warriors. We're all tied up, 3-3.
Yeah, Manny, I mean, not overwhelming power, not overwhelming shots, but he's just a solid player overall. He's got everything. Left side, right side, Robote's fantastic. But what he does have is tremendous heart, and he's going to hang in there every point, put his body on the line, and has a knack for winning these matches. Even as an underdog, just fights till the end.
There's the backhand by Jairo. Manny will let it pass. Robote for the big bounce. Jairo advances, stops it on the right side, hard to the inside, right and Manny's there. Manny has 4 points off that tip. And the serve for the Warriors.
Great three-point run to take the lead for the first time in this match. But Jairo just has to do a little bit better on the forehand. I mean, he threw it inside hard, but he threw it right to Manny. I mean, it's not a difficult catch. And then Manny, quick release back inside, gets him on the next throw.
Big backhand by Jairo. Low Robote, saved by Manny. Scoop by Jairo. Tough play on the inside. Robote forehand by Manny. Caught by Jairo off the wall. Scoop attempt by Manny is missed. Jairo gets the point. 4-4 is the score. Jairo serves.
There's that powerful forehand. The difference there is he got it to touch the floor. I mean, get it across the sidewall, touch the floor, just anything to make that catch a little more complicated. And you see Manny misses at that time. 4-4 early on here. Our first set of the day.
It's a good hard serve by Jairo. Here's the return by Manny. Jairo goes down low to make the catch and the return. Well played. Robote over the head of Jairo. Jairo takes it on the bounce. Outside placement is in and scoring. Jairo has 5 points. And the serve for the Devils. Possible set point.
It's just a perfect shot by Jairo and a perfect time to throw it, too. I mean, he's just kind of lulled Manny into this sequence of hard to the inside, pretty much every throw. And the arm angle is pretty similar to how he throws the forehand. He just leaves it open a little bit, shoots it outside, and by the time you recognize it, past you. 5 points, Jairo back ahead with a chance to close out the set.
Manny on the catch. Here's the backhand. Jairo will let it pass, looks for the Robote, sends it deep. Manny stops it at the 11 line. Robote forehand, 2-pass. Manny from the left side, it's a 2-all. Jairo follows it to the outside. Powerful forehand on the return. Manny going for the save. He makes it. Jairo now from the 8 line. Outside placement again. That lands out of play. So we're at the maximum number of points, 5-5. This is set point.
I don't know if a point encapsulates Manny's game quite like this one. I mean, it's just a powerful forehand. The set's over, but nope, it's not. Diving save, body on the line. What an effort. Keeps it going, able to get the point. And here we are, 5-5, 1 point to decide this set.
See Manny tying his cesta, making sure he's got it on nice and tight here for this last point.
That's what we talk about, too. You don't want to give players a chance at that rebote. Manny, just a little bit. He dug it out. This is for the set.
Powerful backhand. Rebote just above the pad. Jairo advances. Powerful throw. Rebote left side. Jairo, difficult catch at the sidewall, and a powerful backhand follows. Rebote, forehand by Manny. Jairo's there. Low and hard to the inside, and he scores on the return. Point and set for Jairo. He takes the first set 6-5. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out. Player next set.
And just too much in the end there. Jairo, powerful forehand to the inside, right along the wall, scoring. Give him the 6-5 set victory. See over here with the Devils side, front side of the bench area. Jairo talking with Nicholas.
Jairo's Dennis has to hate that. Has to hate seeing that. Taking that bottle cap off with his teeth because he's got a good tie on his cesta.
Can't be good.
Yeah, it's just...
Cortada here to the inside.
See it coming off that side wall. Jairo had an idea of where it was going, just not exactly. Drop shot, not something, as you pointed out, not something we've seen from Jairo. He just got that in there.
Not really ever. Outside placement there. You can see in that replay too, it's opening up away from the defensive player as well, like towards the cage. I mean, that's just perfect. Doesn't get better than that. Rebote, 2-all attempt. Jairo to the inside. Again, you see where he throws it. He almost throws it like the second panel, but gives Manny.
Look at this save.
I mean, there's not much here. Hard to say he overthrew it, but you give him any chance, Manny's going to dig it out. I mean,
no,
that's
because
his game.
we've seen guys just watch that go by.
Right? Yeah, no, plenty of times. But Manny's going to go down to the ground and then throw his out. But Jairo, it's textbook Jairo here. I mean, just forehand power, just kept moving up, and then final opportunity, hard to the inside, crossed the wall, and ended the set 6-5 in his favor.
You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently playing our first of 6 scheduled matches on the game day between the Devils and the Warriors. Getting ready to begin that second set, just about 10 seconds away. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Manny will have the serve for the Warriors.
And this Devils team still playing for a chance at the #1 seed. Tomorrow's game day will be the Fireballs and Cyclones. We don't know how that game day is going to go, but what we do know is if the Devils don't win today's game day, Fireballs will be the #1 seed. Now we know for sure, win or tie.
Beautiful return off the serve by Manny into the Chula. We don't see them often, but that one will score. Jairo gets the first point of the second set. He has a serve for the Devils. So yes, that Chula, we've been seeing that more often. Hits that crack just in between the floor and the back wall. Sometimes it hits like that last inch of the back wall and just goes to the floor and doesn't come out, but either way, that's what a Chula is. It's when it hits that area and does not come out to be played for the rebote. Powerful serve by Jairo. Manny on the backhand. Rebote forehand to pass. Hiro from the right side, hard to the inside. Manny reaches out, makes the catch. Here's the backhand. Rebote 2-all, 2 wide. That's out. 2 points for Hiro. And the Devils, he serves.
This is where it can get tough for Manny. I mean, doesn't have a, one of the best costados, doesn't have a powerful right side. So again, he's just got to grind out these points, and now he's facing a 2-0 deficit. Becomes increasingly tougher as the set progresses, and the points keep adding up for Hiro. See if he can snap one of those caroms in, because Manny off the serve, he's got a good right side. He throws it from just about anywhere.
Hiro from the 9 line on the left side. Right to the corner, out to the rebote. Manny's there. Hiro with a drop ball there at the 7 line. That's a point for Manny of the Warriors. He serves. Very rare you see Hiro drop one like that. Again, you can go back in the annals of Jai-Alai and ask players what's the most common mistake. Making the throw before you've finished catching the ball.
Yeah, and he was aggressive. He was moving up on it. He wanted that badly.
Rebote forehand saved by Manny. Hiro will take it on the bounce. Low and hard to the inside. Manny scoops it. Costado, scoop. Attempt is tipped by Hiro. 2-2. We're all tied up in the second set. Manny has the serve for the Warriors.
Looked like it just clipped the side wall first. Acted as a 2-wall and came right up on Hiro's feet. That's a difficult scoop, kicking back to his right side. That's all about timing, and he's just a little off.
Here's the backhand by Hiro. Rebote coming out. It's on the sidewall, near the sidewall. That ball lands out on the rebote return. 3 points for Hiro and the Devils. Hiro serves.
And long rebote, and Manny's just been mostly defensive when he's making these saves, laying it up to the inside, and Hiro's been attacking afterwards. So hey, he tried to throw it outside, maybe get a quick point. Sent it well out of play.
Powerful serve by Hiro. Here's the backhand by Manny. Rebote forehand. Missed.
Tough one.
Is that forehand rebote at the 9 line. 4th point for Hiro and the Devils. Hiro serves.
And look at where that ball is crossing the side wall. It's just right on the numbers. It can't get any better for Hiro. And Manny's solid and one of the best at saving rebotes, but I don't care how good you are, when it's close to the side wall, there's really not much you can do with it.
No, Manny's had a lot of luck there, and it's not luck. It's just he has a real habit of going in there and just making these very difficult catches. Good hard serve by Hiro. Here's the backhand. Hiro up high, backhand from the 9 line. Manny midcourt, fake the carom, drops it inside to score. Manny sells the fake, gets a point. Manny has 3 points, Hiro with 4. Manny has the serve for the Warriors.
I was just talking about Manny's carom and Hiro. I mean, you could tell by how far he committed outside that he's worried about the carom too. It opens up and Manny throws it well. Got to respect it.
Powerful backhand by Hiro. Rebote forehand tipped at the 8 line. That is a 5th point for Hiro. This is possible set and possible match point for Hiro of the Devils.
Another one. It's just a perfect throw. Hits off the back wall, comes right on a line towards the side wall, and there really isn't much Manny can do with it. I mean, we say the same thing, but it's true. It's just a perfect throw. Couple chances here for Hiro to close out the match.
Excellent catch by Manny. Here's the backhand. Rebote not coming out by much. Hiro makes the save. He does not pass. This one's in the middle of the court. Hiro's there. Hiro hard to the inside. Scoop by Manny. He keeps it alive. Here's Hiro from the 8 line. Low and hard again. Another scoop by Manny. Here's the backhand from the 11. Rebote forehand. High and hard by Hiro. Rebote coming out. Manny makes a save with a light touch. Jairo advances, makes the catch, sends it inside. Manny's looking for the rebote. He will not get that one. Point, set, and match in straight sets for Jairo of the Devils, taking it 6-5, 6-3.
First match of the day going to the Devils. They lead the game day 1-0 now, and Warriors still. Their magic number today, 3 wins. If they can get those 3 wins, they will advance to the playoffs. Doesn't matter when they come, just got to win 3. Take a look at the final sequence here. Manny against Jairo. Rebote right along the wall. You see how it crossed late? I mean, that's why it's so hard to line it up. He flicks it up there, but then Jairo, Costado to pass. You're going to see Manny, that kind of opened up on him. Yeah, just a little out of reach there in the end. Straight set victory for Jairo to get the scoring started on tonight's game day.
As soon as that high-lie ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
Let's take a look at that game day score now, reflecting that win by the Devils. Jairo, 3-2 this season in singles, winning those final 2 matches. One tonight and one on the last game day for the Devils. Jairo playing some good highlight. Good to have him back, and he's hitting his stride now this Winter 25 season. Let's hear from the captain. There he is, Jairo. Congratulations on that win. Again, you come into today, you guys are playing for seeding as opposed to a playoff spot. Does the pressure or anything change, or is your mindset always the same when you go out there, Jairo?
No, the mind is always just get the W and go for the first place because we are fighting for it, and that's it. Awesome. Focus and never give up.
You did just that, Jairo. Great win to start things off. Good luck in your next match.
Okay, thank you, guys. Go Devils.
All right, coming up next, Division 5 doubles. Fronton and CRB. Get a chance at Correa and Julian here. Both teams with a record of 6-3. The last time they matched up, Fronton and CRB did win. It did go 3 sets, 5-6, 6-2, 6-1. So last time after Correa and Julian won the first set, it was all Fronton and CRB. We'll see what happens here in the rematch. And Devils lead the game day 1-0. Warriors, if they tie the game day, they will advance to the playoffs, see if they can get on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin match number 2. Fronton and CRB serve to Correa and Julian. There's a serve by Fronton. That's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up.
Fronton's seen Correa go for a couple serves. Oftentimes when you see someone underserving in doubles, has something to do with keeping it away from that front quarter.
Second serve is good there. Julian on the backhand. Puts it inside. Good catch by Fronton. Julian now, forehand, drops it at his feet. CRB reaching up, controls it back at the 12 line. Julian from the 8 puts it right on the wall. CRB steps out of the way, and Fronton comes back to save the rebote. Julian again, this time for the 9 line. Softer touch. Here's CRB again. Correa getting involved, cuts it off, sends it low and hard to the inside. CRB again, backed up. Sends the forehand along the wall, backing up. Julian makes the stop on the right side. Good effort. That's just missed there by Fronton off the wall. Correa and Julian start off our second match with the first point.
You'll hear us say it over and over again. The sidewall is your friend. That is if the point goes to your advantage, of course. In that case, tough catch for Fronton.
That's an underserve. First fault. Second serve for Correa.
Correa's got a lot of power on that right side. Clearly can get it between the 4 and 7. Like to keep it away from his opponents.
Second serve there is good. CRB from the back. Plays it up the middle. Correa reaches in to cut it off. Floats it inside. Good catch there by CRB. Backhand up the middle. Julian's got it on the right. Ferranda takes it right off the wall. Sends it back. Julian. Recovery. He's in position. Makes the play in the air. Forehand back over the top. CRB makes the catch. Sends it deep. Julian waiting for it. Makes the stop on the left side. Backhand along the wall. CRB's there. Ball missed by Julian. That's going to tie things up 1-1.
CRB talked about this when he was player of the day the other night, how comfortable he feels in the backcourt. No pressure to kill the ball, just make those catches. So a nice thumbs up, I imagine, to his partner there when Julian tipped it at the side wall.
Hard serve, crossing the wall. Julian takes it in. Back up the middle, CRB from the left side. Plays it inside, now Julian. CRB, great control, back at the 12, drops it at Correa's feet. Julian makes the catch. Late notice, CRB comes away with it. Correa thought about it, lets it pass to the backcourt. Julian now keeps this one a little bit lower. It's on the wall,
catch.
picked off by Ferranda. The backhand, it's up in the overhead screen and out of play. 2 points for the Warriors, Correa and Julian.
First, you make the catch if you're able to make it there. Then you settle the ball in your basket. Again, that's not something that can be seen. But we know they're doing it because they stopped the ball. Then you make the throw. That ball never got settled.
CRB from the middle of the court. Low runner. Julian backing up. Makes a stop on the right side. Forehand crossing the wall. Ferranda's there. Takes it in. Julian back at the 12. Forehand to the outside. That's out of play. Right idea. Just sent it wide. That's 2 points. For the Devils, we're tied up.
Outside placement from the backcourt frequently catches opponents, but you got to keep it in those boundary lines.
Wow, Julian gets up to that serve. Runner inside, picked off by Ferranda. Oh, Julian now dropped at his feet, but he does save the rebote on the back end. CRB up at the 10. Sends it inside, Julian. Looking across the wall, Ferranda picks it off. Julian clears out some space. Ferranda makes the catch, backhand to wall. Oh, that's too wide. Caught the line, which is out of play. 3 points for the Warriors. Correa, Julian. Ball missed off the serve. The ace makes it 4-2 Warriors.
CRB moved up on the ball, but he moved up to mid-court as opposed to going back to the inside. Even he thought he had it until it bounced out.
CRB in and out of the cesta goes. 5 points. Possible set point for Correa and Julian.
We know Correa has this ability to turn this serve on at any point. It's working for him now.
CRB's got this one. Backhand to the inside. Cut off by Julian. Plays it back along the wall. CRB is there. Julian back at the 10. Runner inside. Oh, what a stop by Ferranda as that crossed the wall. Look at Correa reaching in. Makes the stop. Plays it back. Ferranda's there. Julian out there for the rebote. Lays it up inside. Good catch by CRB. Controls it. Sends it back. Julian right side to the inside. Here's CRB. Julian with the stop. Cortada. CRB all alone. Oh, what a pick.
Catch.
Julian Rebote lays it up high off the front wall. Ferranda steps back.
Beautiful
Cortada. Oh, what a stop by Julian just before the second bounce. Here's CRB from the back. Just took out Julian there. He makes the catch in the air. Forehand to the inside. That's tipped. Point and set. Warriors, Correa and Julian take it 6-2. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play our second set.
So Ferranda really got in. I mean, CRB's catching's been without flaw for the most part. Had that one miss. Fronda reached in to make that ball. Didn't seem particularly confident doing it. Wound up tipping it. First set goes the direction of the Warriors. 6-2. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Players taking their breaks back here in between sets and to prepare for matches. And the break here between the first and second set of our first doubles match of the game day between the Warrior and Devils.
Yeah, coming up after this, it will be Division 1 doubles. Jairo and Nicholas will take on Douglas and Manny. Then CRB and Kubala go up against Correa and Bradley, followed by our other singles match. That's Nicholas against Douglas. Then back to doubles for the finale. Ferronda and Benny take on Alex and Manny. So those will be the 6 matches in order today. We've already played one. Jairo beat Manny in the first match in straight sets. Warriors take the first set here, 6-2. You know, Stu, it's been just 2 really different seasons for these teams. Correa and Julian started off 4-0 to get to that 6-3 record. Ferronda and CRB started off 0-3, and they've won 6 in a row. So it's kind of, you know, tale of 2 different halves of the season. You expect coming into today, the Devils, the hotter team, might start off strong, but not the case. The Warriors come out firing. A couple good serves by Correa, a few misses in the back by CRB, and a 6-2 win for the Warriors on the board.
That really has been the story of the Warriors. There have been days where they just weren't able to get anything going, and other days where it didn't seem like they could be beaten, especially that guy there in the red jacket, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when he turned it on a few weeks into the season, a few months into the season, couldn't stop him.
The Warriors did not have a game day win until March 24th, just over a month ago, and here they are. They've won 4 out of their last 5 game days. This is now their 6th game day, looking to make it 5 out of 6 and get into the playoffs. Again, even a tie in today's game day will get the Warriors in it, but they're thinking about keeping that momentum up and taking the game day win. That's their mindset. Second set of our second match ready to begin here. Fronda and CRB will serve to Correa and Julian. Ferronda serves at 2. Has begun. Julian picks that one up off the floor. Backhand inside. There's CRB. This one dropping. Correa tipped it. Ferronda CRB on the board first in set 2.
CRB did not throw that ball particularly hard. Kept it to the inside. The backhand, not Correa's preferred side. What a catch. Almost.
Oh, missed off the serve. That's 2 in a row for Devils.
Here to get the period off of that statement and basically say what a catch was almost made. And that ball crossed the wall. Had contact with Julian Sesti, just wasn't able to stop it.
That's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up. Julian stops the second serve, forehand, crossing the wall, picked off by Ferronda. Julian, waiting for it on the right side, just tipped it. 3 points for Ferronda and CRB.
That's Julian's preferred side, similar to Correa. He likes to take it on the right side. He's had a lot of, Julian specifically, he's had a lot of success with this forehand.
Oh, Correa out of the way of that serve. The forehand comes back up the middle. Ferronda stops it in the air. Oh, scoop just missed. 4 in a row for the Devils.
Julian got stuck between, it's not necessarily what we call under the bridge, but he got stuck between a decision to move forward and try to catch it. Clean miss by Correa. He did a great job of getting out of the way. If that ball touches him, touches his uniform, he loses the point.
catch by CRB on the inside. Backhand by Julin. One-handed grab by Ferranda. Backhand up the middle. Julin reaching low. This between the Devils. Ferranda back in the corner. Sends it high. Clears the screen now. Julin has to save the rebote. He does. Ferranda stops it inside. Sends it back. Wall to wall. Rebote forehand now by Julin. Cut off by Ferranda. 2-wall. That's out.
Again, earlier, Ferranda reached in and missed the ball. There, he seemed to know that he wanted to throw a 2-wall, and he had it. But just missed that outer boundary and sent it out of play.
Under serve, first fault, second serve for Correa. Rebote forehand by Julin. He lays it up. CRB steps out of the way. Ferranda, that's a long run. He gets in there, lays it up. Forehand low and hard. Catch by CRB. Backhand. Dropping low. Oh, that's a tough save there by Julin. Outside placement attempt. Julin read it perfectly. Karam by Julin scores. That's 2 for the Warriors. Lead is cut in half. Warriors serve.
Very well done by Julin. Moved up on the ball beautifully, scoped out where his competition was, threw it where they weren't.
Forehand to the inside. Here's Julin, comes back over the top. It crosses the wall. CRB takes it in. CRB makes the catch in the air from the 10 line, lays it up. Julin makes the stop back at the 12. Julin, that one kicked up high, controls it in the middle of the court. Long cortada. CRB's got to get there. He does before the second bounce. Well done. Here's Rebote. Julin saves it again, puts it on the wall. Tough grab there by Ferranda. Ferranda, backhand, hard to the inside, Rebote. Forehand, saved by Julin. CRB steps in, comes over the top, keeps it inside. Julin with the stop of the 9 line.
Tough one.
Tough, Rebote sent high off the front wall. Julin backing up, he makes the catch. CRB from back of the 10. This one dropping. Oh, look at Correa. Stops it on the left side. Ferranda moving up on it. Blasts the backhand. Julin sets up for Rebote on a knee. He digs it out. Oh, CRB
he maneuvered
came
around
in.
Julin.
Yeah, moved around and made the catch. Correa reaches in again, stops it, sends it deep. Picked off along the wall by CRB. Forehand Rebote. It's a big bounce. Oh, what a catch by Julin. Forehand by Julin up the middle. It caught the overhead screen. 5 points possible, set point for Ferranda. CRB of the Devils.
Yeah. Julin wanting to pass both the front quarter and back quarter, drop it low on the back wall. Just sent it too high off the front wall. Kicked up and hit the overhead screen. Possible set point for the Devils, Ferranda and CRB.
Julin from the left side makes the catch, plays it back. Here's CRB. That one's going to clear the overhead screen. Julin, tough grab, crashing into the wall, sends it over Ferranda's head. CRB catches the outside placement. Back up the middle. Julin now with the stop. A little bit higher this time. 3-wall play. Ferranda saves the Rebote. This one floating. Julin tipped it on the left side. We are going to a third set coming up in just 2 minutes.
Warriors look so solid in that first set. In the second set, a few mistakes. but both CRB and Fronton kept coming back and getting the ball settled in their cesta and making a number of good saves. First set goes the direction of the Warriors. Second set, the direction of the Devils. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Players taking their breaks back here in between sets and to prepare for matches. See Fronton there. In the foreground, in the background, you see Correa getting some feedback from both teammates, Alex and Manny.
The response the Devils were looking for there with Fronton and CRB. Okay, maybe not so much as what they were doing in the second set as the unforced errors by the opponent started to add up. I mean, a few missed balls by Julian, a couple misses by Correa. And the next thing you know, I mean, they were down 4-0 before he even really began the set.
Well, these points can get away from you very quickly. No question about that.
And you think about what's on the line here, too, for this Warriors team. I mean, you got a game day where you have to tie or better to advance to the playoffs. Correa and Julian, I mean, you don't want to put a whole lot of pressure on them, but this feels like a must-win set to stay in the game day. If they don't win this match, they're going to have to win 3 out of the next 4 over the Devils team, who've been equally as hot as the Warriors in the second half of the season.
Pressure just increases set by set.
See what they got here coming out for set 3. Fronton making his way out there. CRB just ahead of him. Warriors will follow set 3. Ready to begin. We are ready to begin our third and decisive set. Correa and Julian serve to Fronton and CRB. Taking a look here at the ball. Let me take a look at see what the refs are doing here. Don't know if it's broken.
Refs are saying that the ball's finished. The ball could be cracked underneath the outer screen where you can't see it. It does have it does have a funny bounce to it, an inconsistent bounce to it. And again, it's not something you could see when it's got those top layers of coverage on it. So the new ball will come out. We'll begin.
We begin with a missed serve there by Fronton, trying to take it. Correa and Julian. Quick first point here of set 3.
Slow ball is not going to make a difference to Correa with those serves. And again, CRB's been more than capable of making these catches in the backcourt.
Ball run to the inside, it's on the wall. Great stop by Julian back behind him.
Beautiful catch.
Again, advancing on it, stops it along the wall. CRB from the 10. Backhand opens up, Correa makes a stop, controls it, plays it back. Fronton handles off the wall. Now Correa on the right side, back inside, it's tipped. Correa and Julian make it 2 in a row to begin set 3.
CRB was reaching up pretty high to try to make that catch. Again, he's been as solid can be in the backcourt, but don't want to be reaching up, off to your side or behind you to make that catch.
Forehand to the outside, Fronton runs under it, Cortada, shot and scooped up by Correa. What a play. Robote coming out, Fronton keeps it inside. Julian, hand on the wall, makes the catch. Not a lot of communication. Devils scrambling, Fronton lays it up. Here's Julian from the backcourt. Went hard to the inside, picked up by CRB. Backhand, right to Julian. CRB from the left side at Julian's feet.
Tipped.
That's perfectly done and scoring. First point for the Devils in set 3.
CRB did a good job of not just putting it up in the air and a few feet away from the side wall. He did a good job of putting it right back to Julian at the side wall.
Great catch overhead, leaping grab by CRB. Here's Correa, winds it up, sends it inside. Here's Robote, by Ferronda now. Ferronda on the inside, backhand, floated along the wall. Look at Julian crashing in. Plays it back over the top. CRB on the inside from the 11. Oh, it's dropped right to him on the left side. That's 2-2. Ferronda and CRB have tied it up. It's been a couple of those.
Julian's catching is one of his greatest assets. Primarily on the right side, we'll often see him take his and put his back against the side wall to try to make those catches on the right side. That one seemed to come right to his cesta, just couldn't stop it.
Oh, that's missed up in the service box. Another point for the Devils. They lead 3-2.
Correa more than capable of getting involved with catches just like that. And if he has that ball at the 5 line on the forehand, he could do some real damage. But in that case, again, you got to catch it and settle it in the cesta before you can make the throw.
Backhand there, passing. Robote coming out for Ferronda. He makes the play. Catch on the inside by Julian. Forehand comes in low. Look at the stop by Ferronda. Backhand passing again. Correa all alone. He saves it just above the pad. Here's the backhand. Wall to wall. Robote coming out to Correa's right side. Up the middle. CRB steps up. Tough Robote. Julian all alone. Hooked it up the middle. CRB gets back in there. Sends it high to the inside. And it's dropped. 4 points for Ferronda and CRB. That's 4 in a row.
There's nothing particularly difficult about these plays other than they're close to the side wall and they're about waist level. But Julian invariably makes those catches with regularity.
Backing up, Julian makes the stop. Keeps it inside, dropping. Look at the play by Ferronda. Takes it right off the wall. Julian back at the 12. High to the inside. Ferronda going to stay up there. Robote's dropping. He saves it. Oh, Julian running out of real estate. Makes the catch at the 12 line. There's Ferronda. Nice play up overhead. Julian again, forehand, crossing the wall. Ferronda comes all the way back for it. 2-wall, Robote scores for Ferronda from deep in the backcourt. That brings it to 5-2, possible set and a possible match point for Ferronda and CRB.
Ferronda focuses on the ball, moves, snaps a 2-all, just beautifully done.
Correa takes the serve, backhand. Oh, dropped. CRB went up for it. Looked like he had it for a moment, but that's 3 points for the Warriors. Still going here. Possible match point for the Devils.
Yeah, he needs to keep both feet on the ground to make that catch.
Look at the stop by CRB, catches the serve, plays it back. Julian on the 13 line, keeps it inside. Ferronda, what a play right off the wall. Oh, that's out of reach of Julian. Correa's all alone. He hooks it above the pad. Ferronda, backhand. Low runner to the inside. Tough one. Fall down save by Julian. Keeps it going again. Ferronda up in the front court. Splitter scores for the win. Point, set, and match. Ferronda and CRB win it in the third set, 6-3. And the Devils take a commanding 2-0 lead in today's game day. Again, the Warriors still need a tie. That's 3 wins to advance to the playoffs. They dug themselves a bit of a hole here. They just have 4 matches left to win 3. Up next, Jairo and Nicholas will take on Douglas and Manny, top division doubles match. Well, let's get a replay before we depart. You're going to see how much space this ball had to both sides. And Ferona gets up there from the costado. Julian's inside, Correa's outside, and this is a splitter if we've ever seen one. Split both of them up perfectly to score for the win. Take a look at that game day score now, reflecting second win in a row by the Devils. 2-0 on the game day score. See, the Devils and Fireballs are tied. You saw in that graphic with 8.5 points, but the Fireballs do own the tiebreaker. So, again, if those two teams end up tied at the end of the season, the Fireballs will be the higher seeded team of the two. Again, that's only if you're tied on total points. And right now, that is the case. But the Devils have won 2 matches so far. Fireballs will be playing the Cyclones tomorrow. And the Warriors' playoff hopes dwindling down here. Just 4 matches remain in the game day, and they have to win 3 of them. We're going to hear from our winning team, Ferunda and CRB. Quite the comeback, winning those final 2 sets to take the match. Congratulations, guys. You found yourself, you've won 6 in a row, and you found yourself losing that first set 6-2. How were you able to get it back so quickly and win an important match in the season?
We were just beating ourselves out there in that first set. Once we calmed ourselves down, got collected, got us back into that flow with each other out there as the ball sped up a little bit, even though they actually changed the ball. It just the game just came to us at that point.
Awesome, guys. Great win there again. 7 wins in a row to finish off your season. Quite the accomplishment. Good luck in the playoffs. We'll see you guys
Thank
there.
you. Go Devils.
Coming up next, top division doubles match. Jairo and Nicholas take on Douglas and Manny. Jairo and Nicholas 2-7 overall this season. Again, about half of those matches have been played without Jairo, though. Douglas and Manny 1-8 this year. Last time these two matched up, Douglas and Manny won their only game this season in Division 1, 6-5, 6-2. So Douglas and Manny going to need to repeat that performance, get their team on the board in today's game day. And if the Warriors drop this one, going to have to win the final 3 matches to get themselves into the playoffs. See if Douglas and Manny can do something here and get them on the board. Devils, Jairo Nicholas will have the serve.
Jairo serves. Our next match has begun. Here's a backhand by Manny. Nicholas is there. Douglas from the 9 line. Backhand. Here's Nicholas.
Oh.
That ball gets away from Nicholas, hits the overhead screen. That's a point for Douglas and Manny of the Warriors. They get the first point of the first set. Douglas serves.
Rare miss there by Nicholas to open things up. He's got it on the left side, his preferred side. He's got great control and just sent it a little too high, out of play early on.
Good hard serve by Douglas to the inside. Manny from the 12 line. Nicholas. Forehand played back. Douglas is there. Here's a backhand by Douglas. Nicholas on the catch. Backhand from the 10 line. Manny from the 12. Manny from the 10 line to the inside. There's the backhand by Douglas. Robote. Swing and a miss by Jairo. 2 points for Douglas and Manny of the Warriors. Douglas has the serve.
And in a matchup like this, I think you can expect some long rallies. Douglas and Manny have gotten into these long ones too, and Jairo and Nicholas, with Jairo up there, one of the most defensive teams in Division 1.
Good catch by Nicholas off a hard serve by Douglas. Douglas will take this in the air. Douglas looked like he was going through a 3-wall play. Wound up back inside. Floater stopped at the 10 line by Douglas. Powerful backhand caught by Nicholas. Douglas looks for the rebote. Jairo has it. Winds up. Coast to inside. Stopped by Manny and a beautiful catch. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Manny reaches way up. Forehand over the top. Jairo's there. Jairo to pass. Manny makes a save. Jairo ducks, catches it, drops it inside. Manny gets there before the second bounce. Beautiful catch by Nicholas at the 12 line. Here's the backhand. Manny from the right side, straight back. Nicholas is there. Douglas moves in for the rebote. He makes it. Jairo reaching out. There's the backhand. Rebote coming back out. Douglas makes the save. There's a backhand by Douglas. Powerfully. Rebote forehand. Manny's there. Backhand from the 11 line. Catch by Jairo. Douglas from the 9 line. Hard to the inside. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall, comes to the forehand of Jairo. Here's Manny, down low. Nicholas will take this one on the bounce, deep in the backcourt. Douglas from the 8 line. Drop shot, will score. Well thrown by Douglas. That gives Douglas and Manny 3 points, and Douglas a serve for the Warriors.
Not a great drop shot by the droppiness metric, but it was right on the side wall, and it was just out of reach of both Devils. I mean, it's not going to die by the 4 line, but it's effective enough. It's on the wall at the 6. Equally as good.
That serve stays well inside. That's a nice return by Nicholas. Nicholas calls for the catch. Backhand from the 10. Wall to wall from the left side. Douglas is there. Here's Manny on the backhand. What a catch by Douglas. Up high at the 10 line. Big backhand. Rebote coming out. Rebote left side to the inside. Nicholas. Beautiful catch on the left side. Here's Douglas. Backhand from the 9. Straight back and out to the rebote. Rebote left side by Douglas to the inside. Nicholas has it at the 9. Jairo from the forehand. Hard to the backcourt. Manny comes up with a clutch catch on the 13. Here's Nicholas again. Backhand from the 11. Jairo called for it, but it dropped. Douglas has it. Winds up. Drop shot. Will score. 4 points for Douglas and Manny of the Warriors. Douglas serves.
But you have to respect the 2-wall from Douglas, because when he throws it well, he gets not as much cut as anybody on the roster, but leaves susceptible to the inside placement shot. You see how deep Nicholas is, too? I mean, he's expecting Douglas to blast something inside, but when he throws with the finesse, scores easily.
Rebote forehand by Douglas. Nicholas advances to take it in the air. He goes wall to wall from the left side. Rebote. This one caught by Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the right side. Manny backing up. Good snag on the forehand. Good catch by Manny again, this time at the 11 line. Nicholas from the 11. Powerful forehand by Nicholas. Douglas looks for the rebote at the 9 line. Right to the inside. Good read by Nicholas and a powerful return. Backhand by Nicholas. Manny's there. Manny from the 12 line. Rebote by Douglas. Jairo, great catch at the 6. Powerful backhand on the wall the whole way. And Manny comes up with a great catch. Cortada stopped by Douglas. Backhand from the 8. Rebote forehand. Manny makes the catch almost in and out of the cesta in the backcourt. Jairo and Nicholas are on the board with a point. Jairo has a serve for the Devils.
And even though Jairo and Nicholas are down here 4-0, these two play their style regardless of the score. I mean, Jairo is one of the most defensive players. He's going to stand in there and engage in these long rallies. And Nicholas just the same in the backcourt. Just because the score isn't in their favor doesn't mean they're going to try to push. They're just going to try to catch one more ball. And it worked right there. Got him on the board.
Robote to the inside by Nicholas. Backhand by Manny. Nicholas takes it on the right side. Here's Douglas. Costavo. Nicholas advances and makes a difficult catch. Wall to wall from the left side. Douglas is there. Hard throw to the inside. Nicholas is there. Manny will take this in the air at the 11 line. To the inside it goes, and Nicholas has it. Powerful backhand right to the corner, stopped by Manny. Jairo reaching up. Lower and harder to the inside. Manny off the back wall, backhand. Douglas for the rebote on the left side. Here's Manny on the backhand. Manny again to the inside. Jairo has it on the forehand from the 7 line. Low and hard. Douglas has it. Costello straight back. Nicholas takes it in the air. Big backhand by Nicholas. Gets away from him and hits the overhead screen. That's out of play. 5 points for Douglas and Manny. Possible set point.
Yeah, it's now the second time, and Nicholas is trying to give it a little bit extra. He sent it up in the overhead screen. He's looking at the basket, but it's just not often you see an unforced error like that from Nicholas. 2 now in the set.
Excellent catch by Nicholas off a powerful serve by Douglas. This Robote is at the 5 line, fired by the forehand of Douglas. Big backhand by Nicholas, and Manny's there. Jairo from the 8, right to the corner, out to the Robote. Douglas, straight back. Here's Nicholas. Low and hard, catch. Made by Douglas. Robote forehand, straight back. Douglas looking for the Robote, has it on the left side. Big bounce brought down by Nicholas. Nicholas has this on the forehand, sends it up high. Manny has it on the 13 line. Jairo on the backhand. Right to the corner, out to the Robote. Forehand Robote by Douglas. Caught by Nicholas. Nicholas low and hard. Douglas winds up. Coasty back inside. Nicholas is there. Douglas calls for the Robote. Powerful forehand Robote to the feet of Nicholas. Robote is dropping. The 2-all does not open. Stopped by Douglas. Douglas with the cortada. That is caught and returned. Point 4. Douglas and Manny. They win the first set. 6-1. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set.
So I guess you just need to back these Warriors up against a wall, and they play their best highlight. I mean,
seems to be the case.
That's what happened in the last third of the season. They started to pile on the wins, and here again, down 2-0 in the game day. Douglas and Manny, best set of the day for the Warriors, 6-1.
Really, really flawless play.
Yeah, Douglas has looked good, kind of all day long. He was throwing the shots well. And here, again, it's right on the wall. It's dropping as Jairo's trying to get in there. But that's why, even if you don't throw it exactly where you want, you put it close enough to the side wall, it's still an effective shot. Drop shot here, this one, droppy enough, dead by about the 5 line.
And again, we're seeing a very different Douglas than we saw in the beginning of the season. Yeah. Much more confident. Catches and court positioning have been better. More consistent shot making.
Yeah, so there was the catch, but either way, yeah, the ball did fly out of play, though. So, Yeah, and that's the thing. Even if, you get to that ball, Nicholas still threw it, and it was still out. So, again, either way, that ball is out of play, and the 6-1 set win goes to the Warriors there. And coming up next, it will be 6th Division doubles, CRB Kubala against Correa and Bradley, then Nicholas against Douglas in singles, and then Fronton and Benny take on Alex and Manny. So that's the order of matches after this one. Devils currently lead the game day 2-0. And the Devils not playing for a playoff spot, but they are playing for seeding. And if the Devils tie or win the game day today, they will jump ahead of the Fireballs, at least for the moment. The Fireballs play the Cyclones tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Reminder of the scoring here in Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. Jairo will have the serve for the Devils.
Again, remains the same for the Warriors. They own the tiebreaker over the Chargers, so all they have to do is tie today's game day. They got the first set. See if they can get the second one and win a match.
Jairo serves, we begin. Backhand by Manny. To the corner, and Nicholas is there. Beautiful catch by Manny at the 13 line. Jairo from the 7. Wall to wall from the left side, rebote for Douglas. He sent that one up, but into the overhead screen. First point of the second set for Jairo and Nicholas of the Devils. Jairo has the serve.
Everything working out for the Warriors, and Douglas has just got a little power there, so sometimes you could kick it up in that overhead screen.
A little bit of power.
Oh, and got way up there. Got the 5.
That was a lot of power. Manny on the catch at the 12. Nicholas pulls that off the wall. Powerful backhand, sends the rebote back out. Douglas, forehand rebote to the left side of Nicholas. Nicholas, powerful backhand, just clearing the overhead screen. Rebote forehand by Douglas. Here's Nicholas from the 11 line. Beautiful catch by Manny. Manny again, deep in the backcourt. To the sidewall, Nicholas is there. Powerful throw by Nicholas. Rebote at the 4 line, taken sidearm by Douglas. That's an aggressive play. To the feet it goes of a Manny. Jairo takes it on the bounce. Cortada scores on the second bounce. 2 points for Jairo and Nicholas of the Devils. Jairo serves.
Well, Nicholas has struggled with the high lofting backhand, so he's countering with these low bullets that are giving the Warriors a lot of trouble. I mean, they haven't really seen it all too much. Douglas has been out of a number of these points. Manny's doing all he can in the back. But when Jairo steps around and gets the forehand, good luck.
Here's the backhand by Manny. Difficult catch made by Nicholas. Rebote. Jairo takes it in the air, backhand from the 8 line. Powerfully thrown. Manny again. Wall to wall from the left side. Sidearm rebote by Jairo. Tough play. Good save by Douglas. What a catch on the sidewall by Nicholas. Difficult play. Douglas sends it up the middle, right to the forehand. That's a cortada, stopped by Douglas.
Wow, what a grab.
Rebote left side. Low and inside, Manny's got it. Jairo steps up, takes it in the air at the 7. Rebote forehand, straight back. Nicholas is there, backhand. Douglas reaches up. Powerful backhand from the 9 line. Nicholas on the backhand from the 10 line. Manny grabs it in the air at the 12. Big bounce brought down by Nicholas. Nicholas with a lighter touch. Rebote dropping, saved by Douglas. Jairo takes it on the bounce. Outside placement stopped by Douglas. Cortada by Douglas will score on the second bounce.
Oh, my.
Douglas and Manny on the board with their first point of the second set. Douglas has a serve for the Warriors.
I mean, first of all, the catch was amazing. The fact that he was able to control it here. Outside placement by Harris, got it right on the tip, and those tend to bounce out. Takes an extra second, controls it, and that cortada, see the second bounce there, no question. It's the Warriors on the board. In the second set.
Hard serve by Douglas is stopped by Nicholas. Here's Manny. Great grab at the 13 line. Powerful, powerful backhand by Nicholas. Manny's there again. Robote, the rebound from the back wall, fired from the forehand of Douglas, caught in the air on the return by Nicholas. Jairo with a forehand rebote miss at the 6 line. We're tied up 2-2 in the second set. Douglas has the serve.
You know, those rebotes are all timing, and sometimes these long rebotes, you see a player swing and miss. It's not often, but even the highest level, you're going to get that.
Absolutely.
Again,
we've seen it with all the top players.
Again, that one was even close to the sidewall. Wonder if I just sensed he was running out of space.
It's an excellent serve by Douglas. This backhand goes right to his forehand. Powerful right side to the left side of Nicholas. Nicholas puts it on the inside. Rebote coming out. Douglas, forehand rebote. Douglas gets in there to make the save. Jairo tracks it to midcourt. Hard to the inside. Douglas stops it on the backhand. Nicholas slow and hard off the backhand.
Oh,
what a catch by Manny. Here's Jairo. Another hard one. Douglas stops this one at the 8 line in the air. Rebote by Jairo straight to the backcourt. Manny's there. Nicholas from the 12. Rebote. Forehand by Douglas. Dropping. What a catch by Nicholas. He keeps it high. Manny takes this one on the bounce. Jairo tipped the ball at the 7 line. 3 points for Douglas and Manny. Of the Warriors, Douglas serves.
Yeah, Jairo knew it right away. Almost looked like he forgot he was playing doubles for a second. He stepped in front of it, tried to take it on the quick bounce, and he's got one of the best backcourters on the roster behind him. You know, trying to make a play. Devils have given up a couple points in a row, and now the Warriors are ahead for the first time in this set.
Powerful backhand by Nicholas. Manny, tremendous catch in the corner.
That's a tough one.
Douglas calls for the rebote, lays it up. Nicholas is there. Backhand. Douglas calls for the rebote again. Catch by Nicholas. Low and hard on the return. Manny stops it on the quick bounce. Jairo, that's a tough grab at the 5 line. A bullet from the backhand. Manny makes the save. Powerful coastie. Manny looking for another rebote. Manny makes the save. Here's Jairo. Jairo blasts another one. Manny makes the save again. Nicholas from the 7 line. Hard to the inside. Manny's there. Outside placement. Nicholas calls for it. That carom opens and scores. Such a well-played point by all 4 players. We're all tied up 3-3. Jairo serves.
A little saved by Manuel, part 2 here in the backcourt for a while, and then a lot of carom by Nicholas. I mean, he's gotten one opportunity to throw a shot in this match. It's from the outside. There was a lot of pressure. Douglas was looking to get outside. Manny was sensing it, and he threw it perfectly.
Fault under serve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. There's a backhand by Manny to the inside. Nicholas, powerful backhand. Rebote left side by Douglas. Well played. Nice catch by Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the left side.
Right on the wall.
That's a tough one. That was on the wall. This one comes right up the middle. Douglas read it perfectly. Here's the catch by Nicholas. Returns it inside. It stays on the wall. Douglas looks for the rebote on the forehand. Nicholas is there. Powerful backhand, wall to wall from the left side. Douglas with a lighter touch. Backhand by Nicholas. Into the corner, out to the rebote. Manny now from the 10 line. That ball is tipped on the left side of Nicholas. That's a 4th point for the Warriors. Douglas and Manny. Douglas has a serve.
Another bullet. I mean, it's kind of right on the side wall. And sometimes in highlight, you just have to stand in there and make a tough catch. And that's an example. Warriors back ahead, trading points here.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Nicholas clears the inside, fires a low bullet. Douglas makes the save. Great catch. And a hard return by Jairo. Jairo again. Another powerful backhand. This rebote coming out. Rebote forehand by Douglas. This one's caught by Nicholas. Nicholas a little lower. Manny will take it on the bounce at the 12 line. Catch by Nicholas. Keeps it high. Douglas calls for the rebote. It's dropping. He makes a save. Along the wall, the ball goes. Rebote left side, saved by Douglas. Jairo Cortada inside will score. 4-4 is the score. Jairo serves for the Devils.
Perfect execution again. I mean, there's not many opportunities throughout these long rallies, and shows you just how talented these guys are. Jairo steps around it, gets it on the right side, and Douglas a little bit out of position. Fired it back, and Manny couldn't get it before the second bounce.
It's a powerful serve by Jairo. Caught and returned well by Manny. Here's Nicholas, backhand. Into the corner, to the rebote. Douglas is there. Douglas sends one back, but Nicholas takes it off the wall. Douglas rifles this one. It's caught beautifully by Nicholas. High and hard to the backcourt. Manny's there. Nicholas again, this time from the 11. Manny on the forehand. Jairo saves the rebote. Douglas reaching behind him to make this catch. A hard backhand follows. Hard forehand by Jairo to the corner, dropping. Douglas makes the save. Douglas now on the backhand from the 8 line, wall to wall from the left side. Rebote forehand by Jairo. Douglas stops it. Excellent catch by Nicholas. Cortada by Nicholas, stopped by Douglas. Man. Douglas on the backhand, stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas sends this one deep. Douglas, foot on the wall, returns it from the left side. Rebote. Rebote forehand to the inside, and Manny's there. Nicholas again, powerful backhand, going to the corner, out to the rebote. Nicholas steps up to take it in the air. Another low, hard throw. Manny's got this one on the backhand. Wonky bounce, stopped by Nicholas. Powerful forehand rebote straight to the left side of Nicholas. This rebote saved with control by Douglas. Jairo's on it, hard throw. Manny stops it. That ball is hooked and hits the pad. 5 points for Douglas and Manny. This is possible set, possible match point for the Warriors.
Well, the throwing motion was not fluid. There was a little hitch in the motion, and I think Nicholas juggled the ball or something for a second, and then the throw came out 5 feet lower than he wanted.
I can't tell if it's Nicholas or the Cesta, to be honest with you. He was going for Cortada, but...
And he was been looking at the Cesta all match, and he's thrown a couple in the screen. It could be.
Good hard serve by Douglas. Well returned by Nicholas. Here's Jairo from the 7. Low and hard. Along the wall the whole way. Douglas makes this save. Backhand by Nicholas. Manny's there. Backhand from the 12 line. Robote dropping, saved by Douglas. Here's the catch by Manny, by Nicholas rather. Manny now from the 12 line. Jairo, powerful forehand Robote. Douglas calls for it. Left side to the forehand of Jairo. Jairo rifles it, Douglas stops it. Here's the backhand.
Long run.
Robote forehand. Douglas has it, winds up. Nicholas with the stop on the 10 line. Douglas, perfect position. Big backhand. What a catch by Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Robote forehand by Douglas. Caught in the air. Difficult catch by Nicholas. Manny from the 10 line. Nicholas from the 12. Jairo pulls that off the sidewall. Difficult catch. Manny goes down low to make the play. Ball tipped by Douglas at the 8 line as it's passing him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 5-5. It is possible set point for the Devils, which would push us to a 3rd set, possible match point for the Warriors.
Oh, Douglas just tried to step around that one and take it on the right side. It becomes increasingly more difficult to do that as the ball heats up. It just travels quicker, and what you think is lined up maybe early in the set is not where the ball's going to be late in this set.
Powerful serve by Jairo. Manny's got it. What a catch by Nicholas. Hard to the corner, low Robote. Douglas makes the save. Nicholas is on it, backhand. Blasted to the inside, Manny. Another fine save. Jairo with a tough catch at the 8 line, big backhand. Manny's there. Nicholas from the 10. Hard to the inside. Robote forehand is low. Douglas picks it up, winds up, right up the middle. Stopped on the forehand of Nicholas. That one goes right by Douglas's head. It's caught on the return by Manny. Jairo, powerful backhand. Douglas looking for the Robote. It drops to the outside.
Oh, big bounce.
Big bounce. Nicholas makes the catch, sends it back, passes Manny. Here's Douglas. Catch by Nicholas again. Cortada will score for the win of that set.
What a set.
Point and set for Jairo and Nicholas. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back and play our 3rd and final set. Wow. That was intense, huh?
What a way to close it out. Devils backed up there, down 5-4, and they get those final 2 points and extend the match into a 3rd set. I mean, just awesome play here. Let's take a look at some of these replays. Catch right off the sidewall there by Jairo, backhand. Look at Douglas coming back forward. It opens. Look at the save. Big bounce up the wall. Nicholas comes down with it. Robote here, and then with Douglas outside, Nicholas goes for the cortada and he executes it perfectly. Sets up a 3rd and decisive set right here, and boy, maybe the most significant set for the Warriors this season. And if you're just joining us, all the Warriors need to do is tie tonight's game day to advance to the playoffs. They're down 2-0 right now. Devils have won the first 2 matches of the game day. This is our 3rd set of match number 3. And simply just running out of time, you know. Again, 3 wins is the magic number for the Warriors today. We're already in match 3, and they haven't gotten any wins yet. Devils hoping to claim the #1 seed. It kind of mostly depends what happens tomorrow with the Fireballs. But again, the Devils, they win tonight's game day, they at least give themselves a chance at the #1 seed. Between the Devils and Fireballs, the Fireballs will hold any tiebreakers if they end up tied on total points. You see Nicholas, he's been sitting over there in the the chief judge area there to get some tape and reinforce the basket. He's been looking at it pretty much this entire break. The backhands were a little bit different. He's been throwing them lower considerably and harder.
And that cortada that sailed into the pad earlier had very little control.
Yeah, you can just tell. So see here, getting out for a third set. Manny will serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our third and final set of this match. The first team to reach 6 points will win it. Douglas will have the serve for the Warriors.
And to me, I think the biggest difference in those two sets were the aggressive play from Douglas. He had a couple opportunities there late. He kept them all up the middle or inside. He didn't even go for it. And now, I mean, it's easy to say now, but you're moving your way into a third set. Maybe go for it a little bit more here. Set one when he did so. See what happens here in set three.
Here's the serve. Our third set is underway. Here's the catch by Manny. He comes over the top, outside placement, perfectly placed to score. First point of the third and decisive set goes to Douglas and Manny of the Warriors. Douglas has a serve.
And I can imagine this was a calculated throw. I mean, look at Jairo. He's opened up. I mean, he's moving inside and up on the ball before Manny released it. He just touched it outside. It scores.
What a serve by Douglas, but what a catch by Nicholas. Nicholas again, backhand from the 10. Right to the corner. Manny's there. Catch by Nicholas. Nicholas high and hard. Robote coming out at the side wall. Douglas makes the play.
Save.
A bullet to the corner. Manny's there. Douglas will take this to 7 line. Powerful backhand. Wall to wall, out to the Robote. Jairo sends it back. Manny takes it in the air at the 12 line. Over the top. Nicholas is alone, comes up with the ball. Beautifully played. Robote for Douglas to the inside. Manny up high. Over the top. Jairo grabs it. Hard to the inside. Manny passes on the scoop. That forehand goes out of play. 1-1. Jairo serves.
Yeah, Manny had a choice there. He decided to run around it and play the Robote, and it just had so much speed coming off the back wall that it escaped outside and ultimately out of play. I said earlier, it would be hard to imagine the Warriors could win this rally game, and you see the match progresses, and momentum's kind of swung back in the Devils' favor. Warriors got to do something to stop the bleeding here. Get on the board.
Nicholas advances to make the catch. A low bullet stopped by Douglas. He sends this high and hard to the back wall. Robote forehand by Jairo. Big bounce brought down by Manny. Manny comes over the top. Nicholas alone at the 10 line to make the play. Sends it right up the middle. Douglas on the left side. Back to the inside, and it's tipped. 2 points for Douglas and Manny of the Warriors. Douglas serves.
Oh, Nicholas has said, I'm done with this tape. Not helping him out. He's going to chuck it out of play.
Well, especially if that's anytime you see a player putting tape on the inside of the bat, that's always recommended against, because basically it starts sticking with the ball. There's the backhand by Nicholas. Robote. Nicholas makes the catch. High and hard to the front wall on the return. Robote for the big bounce. Stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas looks to pass. Douglas cuts it off. Backhand by Nicholas. It goes wall to wall and out to the Robote. Robote forehand by Douglas. Stopped, and a beautiful catch by Nicholas. Manny from the 13. Nicholas saves the Robote. Douglas takes it on the bounce. For the 3-wall play. Jairo sets up. Perfect positioning. Sends it up the middle. Manny's there. Cortada by Manny, stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas on the backhand of the outside, beautifully placed. Douglas for the Robote, stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas goes wall to wall and out to the Robote on the side wall. Robote forehand, fire to the inside, and Manny makes a stop on the 12. Robote saved by Nicholas. Douglas with a light touch. Not light enough. Jairo's got it. Jairo looking to place it at Manny's feet. Manny, 2-all, will score. My, oh my. Well played by both teams. 3 points for Douglas and Manny. Douglas serves.
I guess generally was calling for the Warriors to be a little more aggressive. It doesn't really matter if it comes from the front or the back court. I mean, most of the time it comes up from the front court, but Manny's been killing it effectively from the back, 2 of the 3 points. Look at this. He gets the 2-wall, opens it up, and oh, it opens wide off the front wall there. Oh, and the ace.
Will score for Douglas. They have 4 points. And the serve.
Such a powerful throw there by Douglas. It drops low when it contacts the side wall. So hard to bring in. Nicholas has done a great job throughout the match. But
Jairo picks this serve. Drop shot to the inside. That will score. Excellent play by Jairo stepping in there. The placement was perfect. Jairo picks up the serve as well as the point.
Yeah, Devils desperately needed to get one on the board in a hurry, and Jairo steps in front of the serve after Nicholas missed it. More of a placement shot to the inside because Douglas got assessed on it and crashed into that wall hard.
Good serve by Jairo. Here's Manny. Jairo from the 8. Backhand, low and hard. Caught by Manny at the 11. Nicholas on the backhand to the inside. Manny stops it in the corner. Outside placement, tipped in the front court by Jairo. That is 5 points and possible match point for Douglas and Manny of the Warriors.
Again, Manny putting pressure on the defense. You know, you got to communicate when you throw shots. It puts a premium on communication there. Nicholas has got his back up. Jairo's trying to catch it low. We've talked about how difficult those low ones are to control. Nicholas will set up for it there in the back.
Jairo picks a serve, thrown hard. The 2-all stopped by Douglas. Nicholas had it in his cesta but could not complete the catch. That is point set in a hard-fought match for Douglas and Manny of the Warriors, winning it 6-2 in the 3rd set.
And we got a game day now. First win for the Warriors. Devils lead at 2-1, but Warriors on the board. They need just 3 wins to advance to the playoffs. Douglas and Manny got one of them. See if Gray and Bradley can add another. Up next, they'll take on CRB and Kubala. Take a look at this replay, though. Final sequence. Jairo picks another serve. Goes for the 2-wall. Look at Douglas. Oh, he stops it pretty easily there on the outside. Forehand. What an effort here by Nicholas. Got in there, but oh, that ball couldn't be controlled. 6-2. Warriors take it in a 3rd set.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Take a look at that game day score now, reflecting that win by Douglas and Manny. Finishing off their regular season just 2-8, but that's a pretty big win there. First one on the game day, and second win over Jairo and Nicholas this season. We're going to hear from our winners, Douglas and Manny, here momentarily over in the DraftKings Players Cage, ready to go. After that win, congratulations, guys. I mean, what a match there. When the pressure's been the highest this season, you guys have delivered. How much does the experience the last month and you guys dealing with these playoff-like game days help in a moment like that?
Yeah, just like you said, me and Manny had played previously in the season that we won, last spring season. And so, you know, to have that just consistency together and being able to play together and be super comfortable with each other. I think for me, I'm very comfortable playing with Manny. I know where he's going to be at all times. And like you said, the last few game days have been super important, and we've had that pressure the entire time. And we knew that if we didn't win that match, to go down 3-0 and to, you know, to have to tie this game day to get to the playoffs is going to be tough. So that was a super big win, and hopefully we can continue the momentum.
Yeah, good luck the rest of the day, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
6th division doubles up next, CRB and Kubala. With their 8-1 record on the line against Correa and Bradley. That team just 5-4 this season. These two matched up about a month ago. CRB and Kubala won it decisively in straight sets, 6-0, 6-2. CRB and Kubala, and last time out, 2 times ago actually, suffered their only loss of the season. They got the win over 101 Rock last time to get back in the win column, see if they can add another one here. And Douglas was talking about that game day score. Remember, Devils lead 2-1 right now. The Warriors win this. We're all tied up, 2 wins apiece. There's a serve by CRB. We begin match number 4 with a hard throw to the inside. Good pickup there by Kubala in the backcourt. Bradley from the 11 sends it high. Kubala steps out of the way. CRB saves the rebote. Bradley calls it from the outside, sends it back. Rebote now for Kubala. Just lays it up. Correa advancing on it, makes the stop. Sends it past Kubala, but CRB has his back up. He saves the rebote. On the inside, Bradley on the bounce. Forehand. Low and hard, scooped up by Kubala. It's tipped by Correa. CRB and Kubala. The first point.
In the earlier match, we saw Correa going in a little less frequently with Julin than we've seen in the past. Same here, letting Bradley play his game.
Oh, ball missed off the serve. The ace makes it 2-0.
Something we've been seeing. Again, the ball hits the floor off the serve. Instead of continuing to curve to the middle of the court, stays very much inside. It's become a thing.
Hard serve again. Bradley steps around this one. Here's the forehand. Sends it high to the inside. Good pickup by Kubala on the bounce. Floats it along the wall. Oh, good catch by Bradley. Now Kubala from the 10 line. Looking to pass. Bradley takes it up in front of him. Forehand. Just cleared the overhead screen. Bradley at the 10. Powerful throw. Crossing the wall. Kubala stands in. Takes it. Bradley leaping grab again. Forehand. Backs Kubala up. He makes the stop on the wall. Correa with the backhand. Floats it up. Kubala runs under it. Backhand to the inside. Correa with the stop. It's a tough rebote. Kubala digs it out. Correa, quick bounce. Missed. 3 points for the Devils to open up this match.
Once Correa had to take a step back to try to stop that bote Correa, which is what that particular catch is called, the running bounce. It just became way too difficult for him to control the ball in his cesta.
Nice pick up there by Kubala in the corner. Backhand along the wall. Bradley's there. Sends it high and deep. Rebote left side for CRB. Plays it above the pad. Correa comes cross court. Makes the stop. Floats it back. And Kubala's there. Bradley now at the 11 line. Forehand. Trying to get it between them. CRB takes it in. Backhand. Cut off by Correa. CRB Costado fires it above the pad. It's dropping. Bradley now for the 7 line. Sends it high and deep. Kubala steps away. CRB saves the rebote. Forehand. Tough one. Scoop missed. Warriors on the board here. Their first point. Correa and Bradley will serve.
Anytime you see a player backpedaling, trying to either keep up with the ball or trying to outrun the ball, you know a very difficult catch is about to happen. Usually doesn't go in the running player's favor.
Here's a catch by Correa on the inside. Here's a catch by Kubala from the 11. Floats it up. Bradley's there. Oh, Magic City bounce. That's going to get a second point for the Warriors.
Yeah, Kubala had no shot at that ball. That was going to be all CRB on the rebote, but the rebote died before it had a chance to get even in the vicinity of CRB to make the play.
Oh, CRB picks the serve, drop shot. Oh, Correa got there, could not control it. Leads back to 2, CRB Kubala serve.
So Correa was all over that drop shot. But I think he wanted to kill it with authority a little bit more than he wanted to settle it. You see, he takes off, he gets there. That's in his cesta.
Yeah,
and then just drop it.
Bradley takes this one from the backcourt, sends it inside. Kubala makes the play. Leaping grab by Bradley from the 11 line, sends it back inside. Rebote, saved by CRB. CRB takes off outside, good control, lays it up. Bradley runs under it. Forehand, low and hard, scooped up by Kubala, backhand to the inside. Bradley gets there. Kubala, leaping grab, backhand inside. Bradley, hand on the wall, makes a stop, comes over the top. Kubala, early call, he makes the grab. On the bounce, here's Kubala from the 11 line. Hard to the inside. What a stop there by Correa. Controlled it. Now CRB goes up for the catch. Back up the middle, Bradley from the 11 line. High and hard to the inside. Kubala out of the way. CRB lays up the rebote. Correa, backhand. Up the middle. Kubala gets it. Here's Bradley now at the 12. Wall to wall again. CRB saves another one. Correa gonna let it pass. Bradley from the backcourt. Low hard forehand. Picked up on the bounce. Kubala plays it inside. Bradley missed ball. Tremendous point by all 4 players going to the Devils. 5 points possible. Set point.
Communication on the Devils side of the ball is absolutely spectacular. You got Kubala calling really ball after ball. Communication, both verbal and nonverbal, good between Bradley and Correa. But Kubala lets you know what he's going to do and what he wants you to do every time the ball is moving in his vicinity.
The serve is over. Second one coming up. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Bradley picks it up off the wall, sends it deep. Kubala out of the way, CRB left side rebote, back up the middle. Tough one, picked up by Bradley. What a catch. CRB comes flying in, controls it beautifully, drops it in the corner. Correa lays it up. CRB looking to attack. He couldn't get there, lets it pass to Kubala. Low runner trying to get it between them, but it scores. Point and set. CRB Kubala take it 6-2, 2 minutes. We'll come back and play our second set.
Yeah, really glad that CRB, for his own benefit, let that ball go to Kubala. Kubala had the easier of the plays. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently playing our 4th of 6 scheduled matches on the game day between the Devils and the Warriors. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Players taking the breaks back here in between sets and to prepare for matches. We're between the first and second set of this match with about a minute and a half left to go in the break period. Focus there on Kubala. Had a really good first set. Tremendous catching and great communication with his partner. Correa has opted to stay out on the cage. Stay out on the cage, stay out of the cage, and on the court. Done that a couple times, actually. See CRB there. CRB one of the few players in battle court that goes between the front court and back court. We saw him earlier in the back court. Just a few misses, but the eventual victory with Ferranda. In the front court so far, we've seen him without that mistake. One mistake in particular that has tripped him up is winding up to throw the costado 2-wall, or even inside, and he drops the ball on the backswing. Haven't seen that today so far. And the Devils did pick up the first set. Got about 20 seconds to go before we begin our second set, and Correa will have the serve for the Warriors.
Correa Bradley, another one of these teams that started off particularly hot. They won 3 in a row. This team started off 3-0 and actually 4-2. They've dropped 2 of their last 3, 4 of their last 6. If you extend it a little further, it'd be a great time to get it back on track here. They will have the serve to begin set number 2. See if they can get something started.
See, Correa's got a cesta tied, and he's definitely ready to go. Kubala still tying into his cesta.
There's the serve. Set 2 has begun. Catch on the inside by Correa. Floats it up. Towards the middle of the court. Kubala keeps it on the left side. Bradley crouching down. Volte now for CRB. Good save. Back up the middle. Bradley on the inside from the 11 line. Hits high off the front wall. Kubala, look at him. He ran under it. Puts it in the air. Volte caught the corner. CRB steps away. Kubala from the outside. Low runner. Bradley crouching down again. Makes the catch. Fires it up the middle against CRB. Nice play overhead. Backhand. That clears the screen. Right to Bradley. CRB. Nice grab overhead. Backhand to the inside. Stopped by Bradley. Rote. CRB. Back up the middle. Bradley on the right side from the 10 line. On the bounce. Good pick up by Kubala. He sends it deep.
Beautiful backhand.
Bradley just steps out of the way. Correa plays it above the pad. CRB charging. Philo. Stopped by Correa. Cortada. Oh, what a scoop by Kubala. Keeps it going. Kubala again. Plays it to the inside. Tip ball by the Warriors in the backcourt. Devils strike first in set 2.
CRB really wanted that Philo to the outside, but you got to think about who's standing out there. The great Philo killer, Correa. He might miss it, but that's what you're hoping for, is that he might miss it. But he's there. Dangerous throw by CRB did not result in a point.
I heard one time, I had a good saying, hope is not a strategy. Bradley gets up to that serve. Karam.
Wow.
Scores.
Wow.
What a Karam that was. That ties it 1-1.
Yeah, I don't know anyone was expecting that. I know I wasn't. It came powerfully. So this is a great serve. That's going to score on a number of teams, not on this team. Bradley breaks out a 2-all. CRB's on the inside.
Ball takes in that serve. Backhand. Back to Correa. Backhand. Going to pass. It's out of reach. There's Robote left side to the inside by CRB. Bradley. Oh, that somehow cleared the screen. CRB takes off. Drop shot, Robote. Correa. Oh, he got there. Oh, but he threw it right in the pad. And the pad is bad. 2 points for CRB and Kubala.
Killing the ball with authority just has such a good feeling associated with it. But you never want to have that turn into an unforced error.
Bradley takes it off the sidewall. Backhand opens up a bit. CRB, Costado, hard to the inside. Bradley on a knee makes the play. Fires it back. Kubala, great read. Hard return, wall to wall. Now Correa looking for the rebote. Sends it high. Oh, that's in the overhead screen and out of play. Too high. That's 3 points for the Devils.
CRB had a well-thrown Costado, but he basically threw it right to Bradley.
Yeah, right. Forehand over the top by Bradley. Kubala waits for it on the back wall. Bradley now from the 11 line. Forehand. Kubala again backed up. That's a tough scoop now. Correa floats one back. Kubala takes it in up at the 12 line. Backhand. Opens up. Bradley now at the 11. Out of the inside. Look at Kubala. Spectacular read. Got it. Gives it back. Outside placement by Correa. CRB read it the whole way. Cortada picked up. What a catch by Correa up there in the front court.
Tough one.
High bouncing rebote. CRB stays with it.
Safe
Correa
play.
with time runs around it. He picked the outside placement, put it back up the middle for Kubala. Now Bradley back at the 13. Hard throw high off the front wall. Kubala gets there before it crosses. What a catch. Backhand up the middle. Kubala from the left side. Drops it inside. Oh, Correa not going to let it touch the floor. Correa again gets in there. Floats it up, but CRB with a chance. Costado, drop shot. It's on the wall. Oh, look at Bradley. Tremendous control. He sends it as deep as he can. Rebote for CRB to the inside.
Tough
what
one.
a catch
Beautiful
again.
catch.
Right off the side wall. Kubala now fires it high and deep. Correa trying to stay with it. He sends it inside. Kubala with the catch at the 10. Now Bradley. Oh, leaves a low runner. CRB's got to get back in there. Great control to lay it up. Correa. It's the floater pass to the backcourt. Bradley low and hard inside.
Great
Scooped
catch.
up by Kubala. Correa again steps around it. Outside placement. Oh, CRB's right there. He catches it. Karam from CRB. Good enough to score.
No, again, CRB basically got lucky that
He didn't throw it as well as he could have. Yeah.
Exactly. That Correa misses this ball. He throws a Karam, and Correa's standing right there.
Yeah. Almost fed him.
I'd say that CRB's probably got more luck with those than like anyone else in battle court. They always seem to work somehow.
He's such a positive guy, you know. He's always thinking positively. Good things happen.
Good point.
Up at the middle, here's Correa. Fires it high and deep. It's coming back out. Kubala calls him off. Saves the rebote. Takes Bradley to the outside. Forehand, high and hard. It's tipped. Kubala wanted it in the air, just knocked it down. 2 points for the Warriors.
Kubala typically does better when he stays from the 9-line back. He went out to make that rebote. That's fine. Took a little bit to get back into his spot. Bradley was able to take advantage of it.
Oh, tough catch by Bradley on the right side, no less. Tries to get it between him, and look at CRB. Great reach. Back inside, Correa now floats it up. It's on the wall. Kubala gets back there. Now Correa up at the 7. Plays it back to him. Ball's there again. Left side of Bote. Played up the middle. Bradley on the hop. Fires it low and hard. Kubala all alone.
What a catch.
What a scoop. Not droppy enough on the attempt. 2-all by CRB. Oh, that kicked up and out of play. That's 3 points now for the Warriors.
Yeah, that one didn't work.
It really did look like it kicked up off the front wall, but either way, it's out of play. It's a hard serve. Kubala takes it right off the wall, backhand inside. Bradley crouching down, gets up, gets it off. Kubala to the outside. Correa steps in front of it. Forehand, low and hard. Scoop by Kubala. Velote forehand again. Correa just lays it up. Kubala moves up on it. Charging on the inside. Floats it back.
What a
Bradley
catch.
committed. He caught in the air. Now Kubala with the tough grab. Sends it high. Back inside. Bradley waits for it. Back up the middle. Here's CRB with time. Cortada picked off by Correa. Dashes into the wall. Now Kubala steps up. Lays it onto the numbers. Bradley takes it off. CRB Rebote kind of hooked it up the middle. Bradley runs under it. Oh, long Cortada scores again. Forehand crossing in the corner. That's 4 points. 4-4 is the score. Warriors serve.
Bradley really rifled this ball. I mean, Kubala really didn't have much of a chance to get behind it and prevent it from crossing the sidewall.
Hard serve taken off the wall by Kubala. There's the backhand. Out to the Rebote, laid up by Correa. Kubala moving in, he's up at the 9 line. Sends it high, deep, well out of reach of Bradley. Correa all alone, makes the Rebote save. Cortada,
Great
what a
catch.
stop by Correa. He's got it, floats it on the wall, and Kubala makes a tough grab. Now Bradley sends it back inside. Kubala calls for CRB. He makes the
Nice
save.
save.
Correa moving up on it. Just gonna pass with the backhand, at least trying to. Kubala goes up for it.
Good safe play.
This one dropping low. Kubala gets there again. Sends it back. Bradley, hand on the wall, controls it. Backhand from the 11. Into the corner, not a lot on that Rebote. Correa lays it up. CRB advancing. Costado, it's a drop shot, dropped in to score. Beautifully by CRB. Brings the Devils to 5 points. Possible set, possible match point.
That was really beautifully executed by CRB. This ball drops, first bounce,
that's dead
and
by
the
the
second
floor.
bounce right on the 4 line. You want that on the 4 before the 4 when it takes its second bounce.
Oh, Correa tipped the serve. Point set and match. CRB Kubala take it in straight set 6-2, 6-4. So the Devils now with their 3rd win of the game day, 6-2, 6-4. CRB Kubala take it in straight sets. Pressure's on now. Warriors season on the line. They have to win these next 2 matches. Nicholas against Douglas, then Fronda and Benny take on Alex and Manny. Game day score reflecting that win by CRB and Kubala. They finish up their regular season at 9-1. Just the one blemish it came against, I believe it was that Fireballs team, Jedin and Cabrera, one of the other top records in Division 6, but CRB and Kubala, big reason why this team advancing into the playoffs and potentially into that #1 seed. And the Fireballs do own the tiebreaker over the Devils. However, the Devils playing today have already wrapped up the game day tie. The Fireballs in action tomorrow against the Cyclones. CRB and Kubala over in the DraftKings Players Cage. Let's hear from our winners. What a match, guys. 9-1 now. You finish up your regular season. Got tight there late in the 3rd set, but what was the key to closing it out?
Stay focused, play confident. My game plan was just to start mixing it up as the game kept going, so they never know what's coming next.
Yeah, and Kubala, it's been just a tremendous season for you in the backcourt, plus 500 record on both teams. What has it been like going on this Devils team to Division 5?
It's been a pleasure, and I hope they keep me here for a while.
Well, you've earned it, Kubal. You've great playing all year, and good luck the rest of the way and into the playoffs, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go Devils.
So Nicholas with a chance at Douglas here in singles. Match number 5. Nicholas just 2-7 so far this season. Douglas has really picked it up late. Douglas 6-3 this singles season. There was a time where Douglas was 0-3, so he's won 6 of his last 7, playing with a ton of confidence here. Nicholas is coming off of one of his 2 wins. That was just this past Friday night over Manu.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our next match, a singles match between Nicholas playing for the Devils and Douglas playing for the Warriors. Nicholas will have the serve.
So now, Warriors makes it pretty simple. They have to win these final 2 matches to play themselves into the playoffs. See what Douglas can do.
Here's the serve by Nicholas. We begin. Douglas down low, backhand. 2 pass, Robote, forehand by Nicholas. Here's Douglas on the catch. Costello 2-all. Opens and scores. First point of the match goes to Douglas of the Warriors. He serves.
And a great sign, Douglas within the first 5 throws. I mean, gets it on the Costello and snaps a 2-all. You love to see that aggressive play. He and Manny got off to a great start in doubles, 6-1 in the first set because Douglas was throwing shots. It got pretty tight there in the end when Douglas just kept passing inside. But in singles, he's aggressive and he's going to fire.
Excellent catch by Nicholas. He passes on the backhand. Robote for Douglas. Straight back. Nicholas is there. Backhand from the 9 line. Robote for Douglas. Nicholas will take this on the bounce at the 10 line. Sidearm to pass. Robote. Nicholas from the Costello to the inside. Douglas stops it. Costello 2-all, lands in and scores. 2 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He serves.
And you'll notice Douglas throws quite a few 2-walls in singles compared to what he does in doubles. Again, you got 2 players out there defending in doubles, so a little less space to score. In singles, look at the confidence he throws it with. I mean, throws it hard, extends, and look at how that opens up. I don't know if anyone gets to that in doubles either. Throwing it well to begin here, 2-0.
Robote 2-all. Nicholas got there. Ball is tipped. 3 points for Douglas of the Warriors. He serves.
And you could tell Nicholas
took his eye
just
right
did
off
not
the
look
ball.
at that ball.
Took his eye right off the ball at the end. You see his whole head move.
Yeah.
Basically, you have this catch coming, and where's he looking? He's looking at the front wall where he's about to throw the ball. There's one problem with that. The ball's not in his cesta. There's a backhand by Nicholas to the inside, right to the corner, out to the Robote. Douglas makes the catch. Costello 2-all. Stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas goes high for the 3-wall play. Douglas backed up and caught it in the air. Beautiful catch by Nicholas. 2-all with a light touch will score. That's the perfect return for Nicholas to throw. Anything else Douglas potentially gets to. Nicholas is on the board with a point for the Devils. He serves.
Well, the soft touch is the key. Douglas is trying to keep him outside. He probably hooked this throw a little more than he wanted, trying to keep it closer to the side wall, which gives Nicholas the 2-wall. Just gets the second bounce. You're right. I mean, throws it any harder, just a little bit. Douglas gets there and probably kills it.
There's a backhand by Douglas. Robote. Forehand by Nicholas. Douglas makes the catch. Backhand. Robote forehand is up. Douglas makes the catch. 2-all to score. 4 points for Douglas. He serves.
Snapping these in beautifully. Again, he's close to the side wall, but it doesn't matter. Nicholas just a little hesitation, and he's not close to that ball, really. Either way, it opens up wide, and it scores 4-1 for Douglas.
There's a backhand by Nicholas. To the corner. Douglas forehand, Robote to pass. Robote forehand. Great catch by Douglas at the side wall. Robote forehand is up and high, caught by Douglas. Douglas for another 2-all. This one lands in and scores. 5 points for Douglas of the Warriors. Possible set point.
No reason to change it up if the defense can't stop it, and you throw the 2-0 like this, there's no answer. We've seen Arta go on great runs. We've seen Zulaika go on great runs. Go Sherry, any of these, these great players with developed costados. Douglas the same here in singles. 4 out of the 5 points and a chance to take this opening set.
Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Douglas has it, winds up. This time he goes to the inside. Back to the inside, Nicholas is there. That ball stays on the sidewall. Great catch by Douglas. That 2-all caught the pad. That's 2 points for Nicholas of the Devils. He serves. Still possible set point for Douglas.
Another one, just throw it a little bit higher. It's in, it scores. Just catches the piece of the pad on the way off the front wall. Game of inches. He was close there. Gives Nicholas another life.
There's the backhand by Douglas. Right to the corner, out to the rebote. Nicholas makes the save. It's high. Douglas makes the catch. Douglas goes inside. One-handed grab by Nicholas. Here's the backhand. Rebote for Douglas on the forehand. He passes. Nicholas, forehand rebote is up. Douglas, forehand rebote. Rebote to the inside at the sidewall. What a catch by Douglas. Nicholas to the outside. Good read by Douglas. He stops it on the bounce. Hard throw. Nicholas reaching out, catching that one on the tip. Rebote 2-all is out. 3rd point for Nicholas of the Devils. He serves. It's one important thing for anyone when you're down 5-1 in battle court. Just do whatever you can to keep your head in it.
And we've seen that from Nicholas in doubles, so he's going to play the same way. Just going to catch his opponent, keep the ball inside, and he's going to fight to that last point.
Low hard serve is stopped by Douglas. That backhand takes off. So does Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the forehand. Douglas on the run. He sends this one back. Rebote forehand by Nicholas. Catch by Douglas. Douglas back to the inside. He will score. Point and set for Douglas of the Warriors, winning the first set 6-3. 2 minutes go on the board. We come back out, play our next set.
So Douglas 6-3, he takes the first set. You see that game day score, it's important. Devils lead 3-1. Douglas responsible for the only win on the board for the Warriors, along with Manny. They defeated Hiro and Nicholas. And Douglas is going to need a win one of these next 2 sets to give his team a chance heading into that final match. And all the Warriors need is a tie on the game day, so if Douglas wins and then Alex and Manny beat Fronton and Benny up next, the Warriors still will be going to the playoffs. So it hasn't gone their way the first couple matches, but still Douglas has been playing well. He's given him a chance here, and just got to win one of these next 2 sets.
Still don't know if Nicholas is dealing with issues with that cesta. He appeared to be. Once again, anytime you see player, it's one thing to strengthen the cesta by putting tape on the outside of the basket to reinforce it. When you're starting to tape stuff down on the inside of the cesta, that's just to get you through a set. That's just to get you through a couple points. That is not any kind of fix.
You got a comedian over in the players' cage, cracking everybody. I'm not sure. I'd like to,
Well, they're all funny
like to get in
their
on the
own
joke.
right. I mean, the phenomenal sense of humor in battle court. I mean, tremendous.
But it's good, you see Douglas keeping it light. As obviously there's a lot on the line here, and he played well. He looks loose. The shots that he throw indicated
He's probably played
so.
better today than he's played better all season.
Yeah.
Just throw by throw, catch by catch.
A really good sign. Clock winding down here, about 15 seconds from the start. Set number 2.
Douglas already out on the court with 10 seconds to go. Nicholas will come out and have the serve.
Yeah, and a reminder, these two did match up earlier in the season. Douglas won that match in straight sets. It was 6-5, 6-1. Took the first set here. looking for the season sweep over Nicholas to give his team a chance in the final match.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our second set. Nicholas will have the serve for the Devils. Douglas was pointing where he thought he had seen the ball, but the judge actually had the ball. Nicholas serves. We begin. Here's the backhand by Douglas. Right to the corner, out to the rebote. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Rebote coming in low. Saved by Nicholas. Backhand by Nicholas to the inside. Rebote. Forehand by Douglas. Back at the 11 line. Nicholas is there. Nicholas now to the corner. Rebote. Forehand by Douglas. At the side wall, Douglas makes the save. Floater stopped after the bounce by Nicholas. Here's a return. Excellent catch by Nicholas. There's the backhand. Low out of the corner. Douglas makes the save. Rotate forehand by Douglas again. Catch by Nicholas. Excellent catch by Nicholas. 2-all. Stopped by Douglas on the forehand. High bounce, Karam. Red end stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas with the drop shot that will score on the second bounce. First point of the second set goes to Nicholas of the Devils. Nicholas serves.
Douglas getting a little cute with the high bounce Karam here. I mean, he stops this 2-all pretty easily, but he goes for this shot. I mean, it's not really a it's not really a trick shot,
not cute.
But I guess our definition
and it wasn't effective.
No, I guess by our definition, it might be a trick shot. I mean, you're just trying to get it to bounce up over Nicholas. It is.
He's had a high degree of success with it up until then.
Yes,
yeah.
He just didn't throw it nearly high enough. You obviously want to keep the overhead screen in mind, but you also have to get a big enough bounce off the floor to hop over Nicholas and into the net.
Here's the backhand by Nicholas to the inside. Douglas makes the catch. Backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote's at the 5 line. Nicholas to the inside. Scoop by Douglas. Back to the inside it goes. He passes along the wall to score. 1-1. Douglas serves for the Warriors.
Well thought out shot there by Douglas after he made a difficult catch. Nicholas was shading towards the 2-all, but he kept it inside. He knows that after he makes that catch, he might not have 100% control. Keep it inside, less risky throw, puts it on the wall and it scores, ties it up. Same effectiveness.
There's a backhand by Nicholas. Nicholas goes to the corner again. Rebote for Douglas. Douglas, forehand rebote, a little lower. This one caught in the air by Nicholas. Catch by Nicholas. Nicholas powerfully from the forehand. That will score. Two points for Nicholas here in the second set. He serves.
Well, you like the effort, but I'm going to guess that has to be change emotions too, or else I'm not sure the call exists. Yeah, there you go. Catching it on the right side with the backhand, yeah. Not going to work.
Beautiful catch by Douglas. Powerful backhand on the return. Here's Nicholas. Douglas moves in, makes the catch. Costello 2-all scores. 2-2. Douglas serves for the Warriors.
Again, going back to that 2-all, and it looks like it did in the first set. Opens it up wide. Nicholas running for it, but he's not really close.
Here's Nicholas on the backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Powerful forehand rotate thrown by Douglas. Rotate forehand by Nicholas. Douglas cuts it off the 10 line. Backhand with control to the corner. Rotate forehand. Nicholas advances, makes the catch, throws the 2-all. It opens and scores. Beautifully executed. Costello 2-all by Nicholas. 3-2 in favor of Nicholas of the Devils. He serves.
And Nicholas sensing that this might be sort of a quick draw now. Whoever gets the shot first is going to score. So he sends it from the inside, and the best one he's thrown today. It opened up wide. Douglas running for it again. Not particularly close by the time the ball's in the net.
Rotate forehand saved by Nicholas on the sidewall. That's a floater. Douglas has it. Costello 2-all opens and scores. 3-3. Douglas serves for the Warriors.
Well, it's more of the same here. Costello 2-all from the inside. Look at how well thrown that is. Opens up. It's in the net by about the 7 line.
Here's the backhand by Nicholas, right to the corner. Robote is low. Douglas made the save. Floater midcourt. Nicholas has it. Soft touch 2-all. Douglas read it, got it. Returns the 2-all to score.
Just perfect.
Beautifully executed by Douglas for 4 points. He serves.
A smart play here by Douglas because he runs around this ball and then he can see exactly where Nicholas is. If he's inside, he's going to kiss it off the side wall, like he does right there. But if he was towards the outside, he just would have blasted it inside. Perfect throw again, great control. And now a lead for Douglas late in the second set.
Powerful backhand, but it took off and hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. Douglas has 5 points, possible set and possible match point. Over serve, first fault. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Powerful backhand, low and hard, caught by Douglas. Douglas low and hard, straight to the corner, out to the Robote. Nicholas, right to the corner. Douglas, Robote forehand save. Robote to the inside. Douglas has it, winds up. Costello 2-all lands in and scores for the win. Point set and match for Douglas, taking it in straight set, 6-3, 6-3.
Yeah, second win there for the Warriors on the game day. Douglas responsible for both. Means it all comes down to this last match, Stu. Division III doubles, Ferronda and Benny against Alex and Manny. If Alex and Manny win, the Warriors are going to the playoffs. If Ferronda and Benny win it, the Chargers will be moving on. We'll see after this replay here. We'll get to Douglas, and then we'll get into that next match and ended it how he started it. 2-all here. Oh, what a good one that is. Opens up wide and scores for the win. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Sherry up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Sherry picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one. Look at that game day score now, 3-2 in favor of the Devils with 1 match left. And we will hear from Douglas before we introduce that final match. That's third division doubles. Douglas keeps his team alive. What a day for him, winning both matches. Here he is. Congratulations, Douglas. So I know it's hard to think back, but you began this single season 0-3. You won, what, 6 out of your last 7 to close things out. What was the change this season? Because these last couple matches, the 2-all was great. You've been so aggressive.
Yeah, no, I finished with my best singles record so far, 7-3. I think it was just, I have the ability, it was more the confidence to consistently throw. I think my best shot is the costado 2-wall, so to have just the confidence to throw it consistently, I think that was a big thing for me. And I've been feeling good with it recently, so I just started going out there and shooting my shot, and I know that's how I need to play if I want to win, and luckily they've been falling for me.
Awesome, Douglas. Great performance under pressure there. We'll see what happens in this final match. Good luck. We'll maybe see you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah,
see
thank
how
you.
it goes. Ferronda and Benny here take on Alex and Manny. Warriors season on the line. Win and they're in the playoffs. Lose and they're going home. Ferronda and Benny 4-5 this regular season. Alex and Manny also 4-5. These two matched up about a month ago. Alex and Manny did win that one 6-5, 2-6, 6-4. We'll see here, final match of the game day, final match of the regular season for both of these teams. Fireballs looking for seeding, Warriors looking to stay in it. There's a serve by Ferronda. We begin our final match. Good catch on the inside by Ferronda. Floats it up. Here's Alex. Backhand from the 8. Thrown wall to wall. Rebote left side. Played up the middle. Alex. Cross court, stops it again, blasts it. Benny takes it right off the wall. Good play by Manny there, backhand. Up the middle, Ferronda now. Low runner to the inside, backing up. Manny scooped it up. Manny comes charging in, forehand over the top, on the bounce. Benny now, up at the 9. Alex has it, here's the backhand. Catch overhead by Benny. Alex from the 9 line, forehand to the inside, picked up on the bounce by Benny again. He sends it high and deep, right into the corner. Here's Rebote left side by Alex. Ferronda aggressively makes the play, sends it back. Late call by Ferronda. The Rebote is missed. Alex and Manny get the first point of our final match.
Yeah, Ferronda called Benny off, and that ball dropped. Benny had an easier play on the rebote than Ferronda did, but you respect your partner. If he's calling you off, you naturally make the assumption that he's got a better play.
Oh, Ferronda picks the serve, dropped it into the pad, and the pad is bad. 2 points for Alex and Manny.
Ferronda switched from sidearm, how he made the catch right off the side, the way you catch any reverse backhand, and then brought it over the top to throw the drop shot. Just dropped into the pad.
Underserve, first fault, second serve for Alex.
And Alex has been absolutely on fire this last 2 months.
Second serve is good. Benny makes the stop on the right side, sends it high into the corner. Dying, Alex makes the save. Ferronda attacking, he's got it at the 4. Ortada scores.
Ferronda moved in on that very aggressively. Could have gone for that on the left or right side. Got it on the right side. Just fired it back and gets out of the way. You see he's got his eyes on this ball the whole time. Has it on the forehand. Rifles it inside. Gets out of the way. Let the Warriors deal with it. Neither could catch it.
Hard serve, Manny from the 10. Catch by Ferronda. Long Cortada. Manny all alone. He stops it on the inside. Ball missed along the side wall. That's 3 points for Alex and Manny.
Yes, you do not see Benny miss many balls at all. That catch, nothing easy about it. It was right against the side wall, back behind the 12 line.
Oh, serve through Ferronda's legs, it appeared. Here's the backhand inside. Catch by Manny. Rebote forehand, kicks off the wall, back to Alex's right side. Tata picked up by Ferronda. What a play. Rebote forehand, up the middle, catch by Alex. And Cortada again, softer touch. Benny read it the whole way, made the stop at the 8. Benny now from the 11 line, catch by Ferronda. Sends it inside, picked off
Beautiful
the wall
catch.
by Alex. He goes deep, way deep. Ferronda at the 5, turns it inside. It's on the wall, and it scores. 2 points for the Devils, Ferronda and Benny.
I'll tell you, if that ball does not cross the wall right in front of Manny, Manny's got that on his forehand off the bounce with relative ease.
Backhand, high and hard, thrown by Manny. Labote up the middle. Manny runs under it, plays it back. Look at Ferronda reaching behind him. Make the play. Manny from the 12. Ferronda stops it again along the wall. Backhand opens up. Manny's got it on the outside. Manny now, Labote. It's a 2-wall, opens up. Alex in the middle of the court. Outside it goes. And it lands in. (4-2). Alex and Manny lead. That's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up. Oh, Ferronda takes the serve, drops it above the pad,
Great
but
catch.
Manny got there. Sends it high and deep, hits off the back wall. Labote laid up. Now Alex has to come back, and he saves it. Benny along the inside, forehand. Past Alex, but Manny runs under it. Ran up the middle, Alex from the 9. Elevates this one a bit. Benny gonna let it pass and saves Labote. Alex again, this time from the costado. Drop shot, dropped in to score. 5 points possible. Set point for Alex and Manny.
Benny had one on the forehand, went right to Alex. He had one on the costado that went right to Alex. As good as Alex has been playing, you just need to keep the ball away from Alex. I mean, keep it in bounds, keep it away from the overhead screen, keep it away from the pad, and add Alex to that list.
Point and set. Alex and Manny take it 6-2, 2 minutes. Come back and play our second set.
Because he's going to be able to come back and ace.
You know, fitting that Alex and Manny have this opportunity. They've been great, really the second half of this season, but Alex, I mean, specifically, he's won 2 in a row with Manny here. Alex and Bradley won 5 in a row to end their regular season, and Alex won 4 out of his last 5 singles matches, 4 out of 5 this year. So in all competitions, Alex is starting to figure it out. You can see that throw by Ferronda. He could sense that the pace was going to be quick in this match, and you're going to have to fire quickly to score. Placement shot by Alex. I mean, that's perfect. If you can land it right there by the cage and it opens up into it, well, the point's over. Drop shot here by Alex. Able to get the second bounce. And then here's the serve. Comes in low. Look at Ferronda. He lets it pass, but drops down and missed by Benny. Here we are in the DraftKings players cage with Nicholas and the 2 players for the Devils right now, Ferronda and Benny.
Desperately need this second set.
Ferronda and Benny, winners of 3 of their last 5 in the regular season, but none more significant than this. And backed up here, down a set. They're going to need to win these next 2. She said the Devils are playing for seeding. They have locked up their spot in the playoffs. Going into today's game day, the Fireballs and Devils were tied for first place with 8.5 points. Now the Fireballs do own the tiebreaker over the Devils. So if they end up tied on total points, the Fireballs will be the higher seed. Right now, the Devils have 8.5 points. A tie, they'd get to 9. With a win, they'd get to 9.5. Fireballs play the Cyclones tomorrow, and they'll know exactly what they need to do, the Fireballs, to maintain that #1 seed. The Warriors, though, they know exactly what they need to do. They handled business in the first set, halfway to clinching a playoff spot. They just need one of these next 2 sets to play themselves into the playoffs, and what a comeback that would be, Stu. They've won 4 out of their last 5 game days, 4 of their 6.5 points earned since March 24th. A chance here to win the match, tie up the game day, and advance to the playoffs. See if they can do it. Fronton and Benny have the serve to begin set 2. Backhand there by Manny, begins our second set. What a catch along the wall for Unda, fires it back. Manny reaches in. Benny on the inside from the 12 line, backhand opens, Alex has got it. Long cortada, dropping for Unda, got there before the second bounce, outside placement. Alex snatches it up, sends it inside, scoop by Benny. And it's missed in the corner by Manny. What a point there, Devils on the board first in set 2. Cortada goes outside with it, but look at Alex. I mean, he's right there. He's just everywhere. Reading the ball beautifully. Serve dropping low. Manny keeps it on the left side, sends it high and deep. Long rebote. Unda saves it. Cut off by Alex. Backhand from the 8. High and deep. Another rebote. Forehand played by Unda. Catch by Unda on the inside. Backhand right to Manny. Manny from the 10. Benny running with it. He saves the rebote. Alex cuts it off low. Fires it past Benny. That's not a lot on it. It's a tough save. And then Alex missed it up on the front. Another point. Devils escape. That's 2 in a row. 2 points.
It was beautiful play by Benny, an overly aggressive play by Alex. I mean, he's trying to make a play up on the 2.5 line. Benny was just trying to get back up to the front wall, which he did.
See here, I mean, just flicks it up and, into the throw before he had the ball.
He was on the 4 line, but he was way up there.
Fault under serve. Second serve coming up.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't have a clue.
What a catch by Benny there as it crossed the wall, back inside. Alex, low runner. Cut off by Unda up overhead, backhand to the inside. Now Manny reaches in. Alex, back of the 9, sends it high and deep. Benny runs around it to keep it on the left side. Now Manny from the 12. Backhand opens. It's picked off the side wall for Unda with a nice grab. Alex, inside placement. Benny elects to run around it. He makes the save. Alex now forehand. Low to the inside for Unda. Comes cross court. Backhand 2 wall. Not enough. Alex. Karambola will score.
Perfect placement by Alex. Unda basically raising his hand, apologizing to Benny for setting that up. It's a backhand 2-all, which puts it on the forehand. If it scores, it's great, but it didn't. It wound up giving it to Alex, and it's basically like, you know, loading Alex's gun for him.
Yeah. To his right side also. Yeah. May have well fired the shot for him, too. That's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up.
If you're doing everything you can to keep it away from the guy who's giving you the most trouble on the court, that's fine if he's moving in front of it, but if you're not, you ought to be.
Second serve gets past for Unda. Benny low runner inside. There's a scoop by Manny. Benny now back at the 11, puts it on the wall. Alex takes it off. Benny now from the 12 line. Hard inside, Alex. Great control, backhand, 2-wall. Oh, Fronton with the reach, makes the stop. Big bounce, Karam. Alex controls it. Karam from the outside. Look at Fronton to make the stop. Karamboa will score. It's tipped by Alex up in the front. That's 3 for the Devils.
The battle of forehand kill shots goes to Fronton. That's a bit surprising.
Backhand 2-wall here, kind of like we saw Fronton. And then high bounce Karam.
Didn't work.
Karam.
Fronton read it perfectly. Gets in there. Returns the same thing. Oh.
The Karamboa scores.
Impressive. What a
Any
catch.
good stop on the inside, floats it back. Manning gonna watch it. Robote now. Alex just kind of flicked it up there. Fronton steps in front of it. Quick bounce to the inside. What a throw there. Cortana makes it 4-1. Devils lead.
That was picture perfect throw by Fronton. I mean, absolutely picture perfect. Great catch. Look at this. Low, hard, and inside. Both players going for it. Cortada, but didn't even touch the side wall. It was just low and hard.
Manny now from the 10 line. Big backhand. On the wall. Here's the Robote now. Fronton. Forehand Karam Robote with a big bounce. Alex stops it. His Karam doesn't open enough. Fronton's Karam from the outside does, and it scores. 5 points, possible set point for the Devils.
You didn't happen to see them sitting across from each other at lunch talking about who had the better Karambola or Cortada, did you?
I must have missed that one.
Because these last couple points seems to be who could beat who up in the front with the forehand.
That's an underserve. First fault, second serve for Fronton. Backhand there by Manny. Here's the Robote. It's on the wall. Fronton saves it. Pushes
Floater
it up
for
the middle.
Alex.
Alex with a chance. Forehand inside. Scoop by Benny. 2-wall by Benny. Opens, but Alex stops it. Forehand over the top. Will score. That's 2 for the Warriors. Extends the set here. So possible set point for the Devils.
My goodness. Beautiful catch by Benny, but the 2-all stopped by Alex on the right side.
Fronton's got the serve. 2-wall to score. We're going to a third set coming up in just 2 minutes. Fronton and Benny take it 6-2.
I would not have expected that outcome in that second set. Fronton didn't seem like he had it coming out of the first set. Was a bit more tenuous with his throws, and then turned it all on there in the second set.
You know, it's interesting that Alex has been playing so aggressively the last couple of weeks. He's been playing great. But if you are playing to that level of aggression, you're also sacrificing something. And it's been hard for opponents to find that spot. I mean, Alex is doing a lot of damage here in Divisions 3 and 4. A little bit easier to score compared to some of the top divisions. In this matchup against Fronton, you have an opponent who can set the pace similar to Alex. Fronton's one of the most aggressive, at least in terms of cutting off the serves. He may not throw a wide variety of shots, but he's active up in the front. He'll cut it off, he'll make some plays, and he'll put pressure on the defense. And, looked like in the first set, Devils were a little bit passive, and they didn't really know how to respond to the pace that Alex was setting. But in
Not
set
in the second set, yeah.
they looked very comfortable. And,
that makes this a very interesting third set for a number of reasons, both in the match that we're watching and what it potentially represents here for the Warriors. Because if the Warriors, their season comes down to a set.
Just one set here. I mean, if they win this set, they'll win the match, tie the game day, and advance to the playoffs. If Fronton and Benny win the set, the Chargers, who, watching at home, will be advancing to the playoffs.
About 20 seconds to go before we begin our third and final set of the game day.
Again, regardless of how this final match finishes, the Devils will get some points today, either half a point for a tie or a full point for a game day win. The Fireballs just need to match the Devils tomorrow, and the Fireballs will be the #1 seed. And we'll get you all the seeding information in the post-game show, but you think about one thing here, focus on the Warriors. They win this set, they're in the playoffs. If the Devils win it, Warriors are going home. Alex and Manny have the serve. Let's play set number 3. Four players ready to go. This is our third and final set. Alex serves. We begin. Oh, runner to the inside. Alex comes cross court, stops it. Here's Benny on the 12 line to the inside. Robote, forehand. This one dropping. Alex plays it to the inside. Benny now from the 10. Sends it back. Manny backed up to the glass. Makes the play. Benny again. Manny waits for it at the 13 line. Floats it up. Benny. Oh, that dropped into the Chula and it scores. First point of set 3 goes to Fronton and Benny.
Alex looked up right after that ball was not played. Manny, I think Manny understands that he had to take that. In highlight terms, everything comes out at Magic City. Everything. We very rarely see a chick-chack or chula or even a duff coming out of the corner.
Forehand over the top, backing up. Benny scooped it up. Great catch. It's on the wall. Alex pulls it off. Low bullet. Benny now from the 12 line. Backhand opens up. Manny's got it on the right side. Over the top. Fronton charges it. Cuts it off. Sends it back. Here's Manny standing in to make the catch at the 11. Now Benny, low runner. Alex with the catch. Fires it from the 8. Robote forehand. Fronton. Oh, that caught the rail. Just above the front wall. It's on a play. Gives Alex and Manny their first point, and we're tied up.
He sent that high, just high enough to, again, touch the rail, which is out of play above the side wall. Kind of see it in his face when he threw it.
And he keeps that backhand low. Alex saves it on the backhand. Benny's got it again, forehand. Long Cortada crosses the wall, and it scores. 2 points and the lead for the Devils.
Great throw by Benny. I know he's been wanting to get a Cortada that scores in there for a bit now. They have been working for him. That one did. What is it?
Serve crosses.
Great
Manny
catch.
comes away with it. Backhand inside. Step by Fronton. Low runner. Oh, look at Alex come flying in there to make the catch. Benny from the 11 line. Hard throw up the middle. Alex makes the stop again. Elevates this forehand. Benny going to run around it. Saves the rebote on the backside. Floating along the wall. Manny picks it up. Backhand. Benny makes the stop. Fires it back. Manny again from the left side. Little clip on the backhand. Fronton. Inside placement. Manny all alone. He makes the play. Fronton again. Costado. Drop shot to the inside. Look at Manny. Not there before the second bounce. He blasts the return. Fronton waiting for it. He plays it wall to wall now. Alex scrambling. Inside placement. Benny looking for Robote. That's a tough one. He saves it outside. Alex makes the catch in front of him. Hard throw. Picked up by Benny again. High Costado. Manny comes into the corner, makes the play. Back over the top. Here's Benny up at the 8. Forehand. Hard to the inside, crossing the wall, it passes. Alex saves the rebote on the back end. Here's Benny. Sends it a little bit higher. Manny reaching up in the corner. Low runner, that's right on the wall. Alex got to get back in there. He flicks it up for Ronda. From the 7th line, splitter, scooped by Alex. Rosado inside, right to Benny. Benny hooked it up the middle. Manny let it pass, but he does have the rebote. It's a 2-wall. Foronda from the outside, he winds it up, sends it high. Manny, oh, he caught it in the air. Diving save by Benny on the rebote. Here's Alex, forehand, low and hard. Benny again, he saves another one. It's a 2-wall. Alex with a chance, forehand, low again. Benny caught it in the air. Here's the runner inside, Manny. Oh, what a save. That slows things down, but Foronda picks up the pace. Splitter again. Scoop by Alex. 2-wall by Alex. Stopped by Foronda. The carom by Foronda. Stopped by Alex. Carambola scooped up by Benny. It goes inside Manny. That's a tough one, and he saves it. What a point. Foronda, outside placement, scores. My, oh my. What a point. Devils lead 3-1. What a point, Stu. Doesn't get much better than that. Splitter here, catch by Foronda, Karen from the outside, and then we began another sequence of throws. Look at this catch by Benny. He made a couple of tremendous saves and then a rebote. Wow, puts it inside there. Look at what it sets up. Another splitter, and it's tipped. Serve through Alex's legs. Manny makes the catch, sends it along the wall. Rebote by Foronda. It's got a big bounce. Manny waits for it. Back to the 13, comes over the top. Benny climbs the wall, comes down with the ball. Alex on the rebote, plays it inside. Here's Benny now from the 10. Catch by Manny. Well out of reach of both Devils. Foronda up at the 6 line, saves it inside. On the wonky rebote, turn 2 walls. Benny steps in front of it. Long Cortada, it's dropping. Manny, what control. Oh, but fired it up the middle, right back to Foronda. Backhands out of reach. Manny steps away. Alex saves another rebote. Here's Benny. Tough scoop. He's got it. Benny now from the 9. Low runner. Oh, Manny late notice, but he makes the catch. Oh, tipped. Magic City bounce. Missed ball. 2 points for Alex and Manny.
Throw by throw, catch by catch. The Warriors are very keenly aware of where they're at in terms of needing to win this set. No question about that. (3-2), close.
Look at that scoop there by Manny.
That was the late notice, but Manny was like, I got it.
He did not have the cesta ready, but made the adjustment, and then, oh, ball by Benny. Benny, it's got in the middle of the court, sends it inside. Alex comes cross court, cut it off. Backhand opens. Alex from the 8, sends it low and hard to the inside. Benny picks it up again. Nice catch. Manny backed up, steps away. Alex saves the rebote. Benny's got in the middle of the court now. Manny ducks. Alex comes all the way back for it, but he hooked it to Foronda. Inside placement. Tough scoop. Manny made it. Cortada by Manny. Scooped up by Foronda. Rebote now for Alex. Inside placement. Big bounce. Benny now letting it pass. Saves it. It's along the wall. Manny steps up. Benny now at the 11, that's a low runner. Alex left, clean miss, saves it on the back end. Foronda, forehand. Cortada dropping and scoring. What a throw. Leads back to 2. Foronda and Benny, 4-2. This third and decisive set.
The aggressive play is just phenomenal. Front court, Benny making some really, really tremendous catches in the back. So well done. Communication between Foronda and Benny, spot on as well.
Manny from the 11 line. There's the backhand, thrown wall to wall. Fronda sets up, plays it inside. Manny back of the 13, forehand, looking across the wall. Fronda takes it off, backhand. Hard to the inside, Manny waits on it. Benny backs up, stops it at the 12, puts it back. Here's Manny now. Fronda crashes into the wall, floats it up, and out of reach. Alex looking for the rebote, turns it inside, right back to Benny. Benny's little runner on the wall. What a scoop by Manny. Not a lot of space there. Here's Fronda, inside placement again. Manny steps up before the second bounce. Hard throw inside, look at Benny. Goes back for it, lays it up. Manny runs under it, floats it back up the middle. Benny from the left side again, even lower. Manny able to scoop it up. Benny now, low and hard. Manny ducking again. Alex saves it. It's a 2-wall. Scoop by Fronda. Cortada again. That will score. 5 points. Possible set. Possible match point for the Devils, Fronda and Benny. The chance to keep the Warriors out of the playoffs and to give the Devils a good of an opportunity as they can for the #1 seed.
Let's see what Fronda does with this serve. Let's see what Alex is planning on doing with this serve, if it's anywhere in his vicinity.
Serve crosses the wall. Manny from the 11 plays it back. Steps out of the way. Fronda saves the rebote. Dropping between the Warriors. Alex, backhand save. Benny goes up for it. High on the left side. Backhand. Alex comes flying in to make the catch. Hard throw again. Here's the rebote. It's on the wall. Laid up by Fronda. Here's Alex with time. Costado. Hard to the inside. And he let it pass. Well, he saves it right in front of his face. Alex, another one. This one coming in. Oh, he elevated it. Benny's got a chance. He saves another one right over Alex's head. Benny on the inside with the stop. Sends it high and deep. Rebote is coming way out up at the 4 line. Alex turns it inside. Benny another one. He saves it again. Right to Alex. Costado. Oh, it's a drop shot. Not droppy enough. Benny's got it. Philo. Scoop by Alex. Forehand inside. Fronda's got to play.
Fronda's there.
Oh, my. It's
in play.
Wow. Alex from the outside, forehand, coming up the middle. Here's Benny. Benny from the right side, looking at it. Manny scoops it up. Comes back over the top. Benny on the hop from the 10, forehand. Coming up the middle, that opens to the outside. Alex saves it again. It's on the wall. What a stop by Benny.
Oh, a
high backhand 2-wall, not enough. Manny
it.
over the top from the outside. And he waits for it patiently and hooks it. To the outside, it's in play though. Alex again. Cortada, not enough. Benny goes down to the floor once more. Alex on the bounce. Forehand inside. He's got to take this one. Wow. It kicked up across his face. What a point again. That extends the match. 3 points for Alex and Manny.
Alex and Manny are in no way out of this. The Warriors are in no way out of contention for that final playoff spot. The intensity of these points and the speed of these points is really kind of mind-boggling. I don't know how you're seeing it on TV, but with what we're seeing here, Fronda has really stepped it up in these second sets. But again, giving it to Alex on the right side when that's not what you want to do is very, very, very dangerous, and that's a perfect example why. Benny catches as well as anybody in battle court, and that ate him up. Still possible match point here for the Devils, Fronda and Benny. Alex and Manny with 3, and the serve.
Here's Benny. Starts on the right side, plays it back. Alex with a leaping grab. He controls it back over the top. Stop by Fronda. Benny from the 11 line, hard throw. Benny reaching back makes the play. This one opens up. Alex, forehand. Well, it comes up the middle. Fronda got out of the way. Benny made the catch. Catching 3 walls. Alex, another rebote. It's dropping. Benny sets up for it, saves it up the middle. Alex doesn't want it. Manny, he's got it on the backcourt. Comes over the top. Foronda cuts it off. Here's the backhand, out of reach. Comes shooting off the back wall. Alex saves it. Here's Benny. Long Cortada.
What a catch
stop
by
Alex. Right on the numbers. Robote forehand, caught the corner. Alex with a chance. Foronda duck. Fires it inside. Benny. What a diving save. He keeps it going. Manny now from the 11 line, backhand to the inside, caught by Benny. Runner again. Alex sets up for it, saves Robote, clears the screen. Benny steps up. Runner coming into the corner. Manny lets it come out again. There's Alex. High scoop is missed. Oh my, that's 4 points for Alex and Manny now.
Always want to go for that ball in the air and not scoop. Foronda Foronda knows that. Don't know if Benny called him off or not. I think he may have said that he heard him.
Yeah, either way, Foronda goes for the scoop. Yeah, I didn't see Benny's mouth move, and I think what he was saying is, I should have called you off. That's on him. You like the guys that take accountability, though.
No, 100%. 100%.
Good teammate, but here they are. Devils need just one more point, and the Warriors hanging on by a thread as they've done the last month and a half. Backhand to the inside by Benny. Here's a Robote. Turned up overhead by Alex. Benny's got to the middle of the court from the 9 line. Goes over the top. Alex all alone. He turns the Robote. It's tipped.
Off the frame.
All right, so
why not?
The Warriors have come back to tie it up at 5-5. This is match point, but a little more than just match point.
Warriors season comes down to the last point of the last match with the maximum number of points played in the final set.
I mean, this 1 point can change so much. I mean, the Devils fighting for seeding. Warriors just looking to stay alive. But it all comes down to this, 5-5. Warriors playoff hopes. On the line, Foronda picks it. Oh, it's a drop shot. Not droppy enough. Alex sends it inside. Benny caught it in the air. My, oh my.
Will that come out?
Alex,
will there be enough?
Oh my,
there's
a Robote save. Got out of the way. Here's Benny,
Another
low runner.
It's
Look
caught
by Alex. Robote forehand is short. The Warriors come back. They're going to the playoffs. What a match. They win 6-5 in the third and decisive set. Can't get a better finish than that, folks. The Warriors have clinched their playoff spot. Alex and Manny, what a comeback. Catch here by Foronda. Look at the drop shot. Not droppy enough. I mean, that's chest level. And then Alex hard to the inside. Caught by Benny. What a catch in the air. Runner to the inside. Alex, you see the communication? He called him off. Benny's got it. A little runner here. Alex with the catch. I mean, just a beautiful catch. It's on the wall, not an easy one. And then Foronda's Robote. Oh, he hooked it into the pad. Hands up, and the Warriors going to the playoffs. Post-game show coming up here, folks, in just a few moments.
What is Court Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a Karam. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What another
one.
mate. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point,
win.
set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai-Alai.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Hey everyone, welcome into the Battle Court postgame show, and what a finish to the regular seasons for the Devils and the Warriors. The Warriors are going to the playoffs, winning that final match on the final point. Let's go over to the DraftKings Players Cage and meet with our player of the day today, number 13, Douglas, responsible for 2 of the 3 wins for the Warriors today. Douglas, be remiss if I didn't ask you about the match that we just watched. You're down 5-2. As you and Julian were to Gaucheri and Ben, you guys won that one. You won tonight. What does it feel like to now be going to the playoffs?
Man, yeah, I can't say enough about Alex and Manny, especially Manny playing 3 matches at his age. That's incredibly hard to do. It's hard to do at any age, so let alone at 44 years old. And being down 5-2 in the third set, it's easy to get down on yourself. But Alex and Manny continued to fight. And yeah, I won both my matches, but we wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Alex and Manny. So I can't say enough about them.
Yeah, one thing I'm interested in is the pressure on a day like today. I mean, it seemed like in the first match you didn't show any, and then in the second match you came out firing. What, if anything, were you feeling coming into today's game day because you knew it's either win or go home?
Yeah, no, it was super important.
There you go, Manny. Thank you.
It's all because of Manny. We get that.
But yeah, I mean, this game day was super important. I knew that if I didn't win both my matches, we were going to have a tough time. I knew that the games honestly didn't really favor us today. I knew it was going to be tough the entire day. But I just came out, honestly, some people play better under pressure. I think I tend to play a little bit better. It gives me something to really fight for, and from the start, the entire match, just continue to fight and fight. And so I think that's what it was for me today.
Yep.
Douglas, I am curious. So the one thing that I never get involved with is whatever type of drama goes on within the program, and I think you know that, and everyone else back here knows that.
Sure.
However, in this case, Warriors at one point during the season were written off. I mean, everybody took their showers, went in different directions, didn't say goodbye, got to put their cestas away. It was like, okay, yeah, well, they're basically finished, and that was a few weeks ago. But then all of a sudden, the last couple weeks, you guys have been getting more cohesive, playing better communication.
Yeah.
What was the turning point that turned things around to even put you in a position where you had to tie or win in order to make it into the finals?
Yeah, just like you said, I don't know, maybe the past month and a half, we've actually been playing really well, and we've started to play better as a team, and we've been really fighting. I think even if you go back and look at the beginning of the season, we had the most ties at the beginning of the season. I think we tied 5 of our first 6 or 7 game days. And so we were playing really well, and we lost a couple of matches. So, in the standings, we weren't doing well in the beginning of the year, but I think we now are playing at the potential that we've been able to the entire season. So.
And Douglas, we'll leave you with this. It looks like, based on the standings, you guys are going to finish in 4th place in our overall standings. You're looking at the Devils or the Fireballs. Any preference or any matchup you're looking forward to, or just happy to be there?
Yeah, just happy to be here, honestly. Like you said, like a month and a half ago, it looked like our season was done for, but, we've been continuing to fight, and I think any team in the playoffs has the chance to win, whether you're the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th seed. Every team is really good. I think the Fireballs are extremely tough, 1 through 6, and I think the Devils are too. I think we match up maybe a little bit better against the Devils, but like I said, any team can win in the playoffs, so we'll have to just go out there and fight to the last match.
Awesome, Douglas. Tremendous day today. Great playing, winner of both your matches. He is our player of the day. Good luck in the playoffs.
Played fantastic, Matt. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we'll continue on with the post-game show here with some of those replays and recap the action between the Warriors and Devils today. Beginning here with this singles match, it was Jairo against Manny.
There's sometimes when the backstory really provides the energy for the room, but today was on the court.
Yeah,
I mean,
really
the backstory was there. It just happened to make it a little bit more interesting. Backstory being that if the Warriors tied or won, they went on to the playoffs. Yeah. If they didn't, they were done. Yeah. So with that as the backdrop, and as well as the Devils have been playing, the pressure was out there, but the play on the court was fantastic.
Yeah, started off here, Jairo against Manny. Jairo winning that one for the Devils, and then Fronton CRB against Correa and Julian. Another decisive victory for the Devils. Remember, they led the day 2-0 on top of it.
Absolutely. Julian having some difficulty on the left side in this match that we haven't seen, just specifically in stopping the ball in his cesta. Forehand rebote there by Correa. I'll tell you, I have to say that in a first set, and more than once, Fronton didn't seem like it was going to be a good day for him. Then all of a sudden, in 2nd and 3rd sets, the catching got that much better, the positioning got that much better, and landing the balls in got that much better.
Perfect splitter there to end that match. And then match number 3, Douglas and Manny against Jairo Nicholas. It's got the Warriors on the board.
Nicholas having some difficulties with his cesta. Not exactly sure what it is. If the frame's broken, that's a pretty clear indication that, of what's wrong with the cesta. You're not going to be able to throw with any degree of accuracy, but it's just something else that messed him up in the first set of this match, but he seemed to get a handle on it and come back just fine. And Douglas is right. Manny?
It's great.
Manny for 44. 44 is one thing. But he just played fantastic throughout.
Yeah, played 3 matches. The only player this season that played 3 on the last day when everything mattered most. So Manny definitely deserves a special mention and a shout out for his great play. That brought us here to Division 6 match. That was Correa Bradley against CRB Kubawa. Another one, the Devils in control. And how about that drop shot by CRB?
That second bounce before the 4 line. There are certain things that I picked up on when we first began Battle Court, and before that when we were first practicing here at Magic City, and that was one of them, that if the drop shot didn't die before the 4 line, it was still in the air, almost everybody on the roster had a good chance to get to it.
Then Douglas in singles here against Nicholas. This was with the Warriors down 3-1 in the game day. Again, they were dormy here, meaning win or it was over. Needed to win, and Douglas delivered. What a beautiful 2-all and a bevy of them at that to win that match.
I think more Costello 2-alls than I personally remember seeing him throw in a particular match. And Nicholas just wasn't able to step out in front of him at any point. Douglas was in control the entire time.
See that 2-all there, how it opens up and just scores beautifully. And then the finale here, you could just replay the last 3 or 4 points. It was incredible, but you see it here again. Alex and Manny, they needed to win this match to tie the game day and came down to the final point. See the miss there by Ferrand inside, but that was a little midway through the match.
No, it was phenomenal. Alex, again, these last few weeks has been basically playing mistake-free Jai-Alai. Tremendous power on the forehand, and if anything, you want to keep it away from his forehand. The Devils were not able to do that in that third set. Point after point, it's like, is this match going to end on this point? Is this match going to end on this point? Is this match going to end on this point? No, 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 and then the Warriors come back and win it.
Decisive 11th point going the way of the Warriors in our final set of the day. They get the tie enough to advance to the playoffs. Let's take a look at those standings now so you can see exactly what we're talking about. We flashed it at the beginning, but now with a half a point for the Warriors, they are tied with the Chargers. However, the Warriors do own the tiebreaker. The first tiebreaker this season is total matches won across all 15 game days. The Warriors won 44 and the Chargers won 42. So we knew going into it that the Warriors would own the tiebreaker. That's why we were saying tie and they're in, and they did just that. Now looking up at the top of those standings, you will see that the Devils are now half a point ahead of the Fireballs. The Fireballs will be in action tomorrow against the Cyclones. Now the Fireballs do own the tiebreaker over the Devils, so same thing today. If the Fireballs tie or win the game day tomorrow, they will be the #1 seed going into the playoffs. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at that game day for tomorrow, Tuesday, beginning at 5 p.m. We start with Walu and Arats against Ikeda and Manu. Then Jed and Cabrera take on Bueno and Rock. Then we'll go over to singles. It'll be Ron against Ikeda. Then back to doubles. Walu and Cabrera take on Bueno and Amigarena. One more singles, Arats against Manu, and we close it out with doubles. Arrutia and Ron take on Inaki and Amigarena. If today was any indication, Stu, should be a great finish to the season and playoffs. Join us tomorrow at 5 p.m. We wrap things up, and then we got the playoffs beginning on Friday. 5 p.m. tomorrow, Fireballs and Cyclones. See you then.
See you tomorrow at 5.
Do you have any serving rituals?
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Today we're comparing the tennis ball to the highlight ball.
Just like that effortless look, you know, but it's really a lot of effort.
5 facts about Battle Court Highlight you didn't know.
The ball averages a speed of 150 miles an hour, and the world record is 190 miles an hour.
Hi, my name is Anderson, and I cracked this glass.
I love y'all boys.